The ancient Anunnaki civilization has long captivated the imaginations of historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts alike, serving as a focal point for discussions surrounding early human history and extraterrestrial theories. Originating from Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki are often depicted as deities who descended from the heavens to interact with humanity. Their name translates to those who came down from the heavens, and they are frequently associated with the creation of mankind and the establishment of early civilizations. The significance of the Anunnaki in ancient history cannot be overstated. They are believed to have played a crucial role in the development of agriculture, writing, and governance in Mesopotamia, which laid the groundwork for future societies. As we delve into this topic, we aim to provide an educational yet intriguing exploration of the Anunnaki, examining their narratives and the profound implications these stories hold for our understanding of human origins. The allure of the Anunnaki extends beyond mere mythology. It invites us to question the very fabric of our history and the potential influences that shaped our world. By understanding these ancient narratives, we can gain insights into the cultural and spiritual frameworks of early civilizations, as well as their lasting impact on modern culture. The Anunnaki's legacy continues to resonate today, inspiring countless theories and interpretations that challenge our perceptions of history and humanity's place in the cosmos. As we embark on this journey through time, we encourage viewers to keep an open mind and consider the possibilities that lie within these ancient tales, as they may hold keys to understanding not only our past but also our future. The narrative surrounding the great calamity that affected both the Anunnaki and Earth is a compelling tale of destruction, survival, and transformation. Central to this story is Ubar, the master scribe, whose meticulous documentation of these events provides invaluable insights into the Anunnaki's experiences and the subsequent impact on humanity. Ubar, revered for his wisdom and skill in writing, played a pivotal role in chronicling the unfolding events that would forever alter the course of history. His records serve as a bridge between the ancient past and our contemporary understanding of these monumental occurrences. As the Anunnaki thrived on Earth, they engaged in various activities including the cultivation of crops, the establishment of cities, and the advancement of knowledge. However, their prosperity was not without challenges. The balance of nature was disrupted, leading to a series of cataclysmic events that would test the resilience of both the Anunnaki and humanity. These events included devastating floods, earthquakes, and other natural disasters that wreaked havoc across the land. Ubar's writings detail the chaos that ensued, capturing the fear and uncertainty that gripped the Anunnaki as they faced the wrath of nature. His accounts reveal how the Anunnaki, despite their advanced knowledge and technology, were not immune to the forces of the universe. The calamity itself was a turning point, marking a significant shift in the relationship between the Anunnaki and humanity. As the disasters unfolded, the Anunnaki were forced to confront their own vulnerabilities. Ubar documented the strategies employed by the Anunnaki to survive these tumultuous times, including the construction of shelters and the establishment of safe havens. His records highlight the ingenuity and adaptability of the Anunnaki, showcasing their ability to navigate through adversity. This period of survival not only tested their strength but also fostered a deeper connection with the human populations they had interacted with for centuries. The significance of the calamity extends beyond the immediate survival of the Anunnaki. It fundamentally reshaped the future of both the Anunnaki and humanity. The events served as a catalyst for change, prompting the Anunnaki to reassess their role on Earth and their relationship with humans. Ubar's writings reflect a newfound understanding among the Anunnaki, as they recognize the importance of collaboration and mutual support in the face of adversity. This shift in perspective laid the groundwork for a more harmonious coexistence between the two groups, influencing the development of early civilizations. Moreover, the calamity left an indelible mark on the collective memory of humanity. The stories of the great floods and natural disasters became woven into the fabric of various cultures, giving rise to myths and legends that persist to this day. Ubar's documentation played a crucial role in preserving these narratives, ensuring that the lessons learned from the calamity would not be forgotten. The significance of these stories lies in their ability to convey universal themes of resilience, hope, and the interconnectedness of all beings. In conclusion, the events leading to the great calamity that affected the Anunnaki and Earth are a testament to the complexities of existence and the enduring spirit of survival. Ubar, the master scribe, emerged as a key figure in documenting these transformative moments, providing a lens through which we can understand the challenges faced by the Anunnaki and their impact on humanity. The calamity itself served as a pivotal juncture, shaping the future of both the Anunnaki and human civilizations. As we reflect on these ancient narratives, we are reminded of the lessons they impart and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. The legacy of the Anunnaki and their experiences continues to resonate, inviting us to explore the depths of our shared history and the potential for growth and understanding in our own lives. Yubar's divine encounter with the emissaries of Enki stands as a pivotal moment in the annals of Anunnaki history, a narrative steeped in mystique and profound significance. As the master scribe, Yubar was known for his exceptional ability to document the intricate details of both earthly and celestial events. His life took an extraordinary turn when he was summoned by the great Lord Enki, one of the most revered deities among the Anunnaki. This summons was not merely a call to duty, it was an invitation to witness the divine and to play a crucial role in the unfolding of cosmic events. The day began like any other, with Yubar diligently transcribing the daily occurrences of the Anunnaki and their interactions with humanity. However, as he worked, a sudden stillness enveloped the air, and a radiant light filled the chamber where he sat. Yubar felt an overwhelming presence, a force that seemed to transcend the very fabric of reality. It was then that he understood he had been chosen for a higher purpose. The voice of Enki resonated within him, calling him forth to a sacred meeting. Yubar, though initially overwhelmed, felt a sense of honor and duty as he prepared to meet the great Lord. Upon arriving at the designated sacred site, Yubar was greeted by a breathtaking sight. The emissaries of Enki appeared before him, ethereal beings radiating an aura of wisdom and power. Their forms were both human and divine, adorned in shimmering garments that seemed to flow like liquid light. Each emissary bore symbols of knowledge and creation, reflecting their roles as messengers of the great Lord. Yubar was struck by their beauty and the palpable energy that surrounded them, a testament to their divine nature. The emissaries conveyed a sense of urgency and importance, indicating that the messages they carried were vital for the future of both the Anunnaki and humanity. As Yubar stood before these celestial beings, he felt a profound connection to the cosmos, as if the very essence of creation flowed through him. The emissaries began to impart their messages, speaking of the delicate balance of life on Earth and the responsibilities that the Anunnaki bore as guardians of this realm. They emphasized the need for wisdom and compassion in guiding humanity, urging Yubar to document their words with precision and clarity. Yubar understood that his role as a scribe was not merely to record events but to preserve the divine wisdom that would shape the future. The significance of Yubar's encounter with the emissaries of Enki cannot be overstated. As a scribe, he was entrusted with the sacred task of transcribing the divine messages, ensuring that the knowledge imparted by the emissaries would endure through time. Yubar's writings would serve as a bridge between the celestial and the terrestrial, allowing future generations to access the wisdom of the Anunnaki. This responsibility weighed heavily on him, yet he embraced it with reverence, recognizing the importance of his role in the grand tapestry of existence. Throughout the encounter, Yubar was reminded of the interconnectedness of all beings. The emissaries spoke of the challenges that lay ahead, the calamities that would test the resilience of both the Anunnaki and humanity. They urged Yubar to convey the importance of unity and cooperation, emphasizing that the survival of both realms depended on their ability to work together. Yubar listened intently, his heart swelling with a sense of purpose as he absorbed the gravity of their words. As the encounter drew to a close, the emissaries bestowed upon Yubar a final message: the importance of hope and perseverance in the face of adversity. They reminded him that even in the darkest of times, the light of knowledge and compassion could guide the way forward. Yubar felt a surge of inspiration, understanding that his writings would not only document the past but also serve as a beacon of hope for the future. Returning to his chamber, Yubar was filled with a sense of awe and responsibility. He began to transcribe the messages he had received, pouring his heart and soul into each word. The scrolls he created would become sacred texts, preserving the divine wisdom for generations to come. Yubar's experience with the emissaries of Enki transformed him, deepening his understanding of his role as a scribe and the significance of the knowledge he was tasked with recording. In the years that followed, Yubar's writings would influence the course of Anunnaki and human history. The messages he documented served as guiding principles, reminding both the Anunnaki and humanity of their shared responsibilities and the importance of compassion. Yubar became a revered figure, not only for his skill as a scribe but for his role in preserving the divine connection between the celestial and the earthly realms. Ultimately, Yubar's divine encounter with the emissaries of Enki was a defining moment that shaped his destiny and the future of both the Anunnaki and humanity. Through his writings, he ensured that the wisdom imparted by the emissaries would endure, serving as a testament to the power of knowledge, unity, and hope. Ubar's legacy as a master scribe and a guardian of divine messages continues to resonate, reminding us of the importance of our own roles in the grand narrative of existence. The creation of the tablets inscribed by Ubar represents a monumental achievement in the preservation of Anunnaki knowledge and wisdom, serving as a testament to the civilization's commitment to recording their history and teachings for future generations. Crafted from the precious stone lapis lazuli, these tablets were not merely functional objects. They were imbued with deep significance, both in their material composition and the knowledge they contained. The choice of lapis lazuli was deliberate, as this vibrant blue stone was highly valued in ancient cultures for its beauty and rarity. It was believed to possess protective qualities and was often associated with the divine, making it an ideal medium for inscribing sacred texts. Lapis lazuli, with its striking azure hue, was mined from the mountains of Afghanistan and traded across vast distances, symbolizing the interconnectedness of cultures and the importance of knowledge exchange. The stone's deep color was thought to represent the heavens, linking the earthly realm with the divine. By choosing lapis lazuli as the material for the tablets, Ubar and the Anunnaki signified the importance of the messages contained within, elevating them to a status that transcended mere documentation. The tablets were intended to be revered, serving as conduits for divine wisdom and guidance. The process of inscribing the tablets was meticulously outlined in the instructions given to Ubar by the emissaries of Enki. Ubar was instructed to approach the task with reverence and precision, understanding that each symbol and word carried immense weight. The emissaries emphasized the need for clarity and accuracy, as the knowledge inscribed on the tablets would serve as a foundation for future generations. Ubar was reminded that the act of inscription was not merely a mechanical task. It was a sacred ritual that required focus and intention. He was to channel the divine energy of the messages he received, ensuring that the essence of the teachings was captured in every stroke of his stylus. Ubar's instructions also included the importance of maintaining the integrity of the tablets. He was advised to work in a serene environment, free from distractions, allowing him to fully immerse himself in the process. The emissaries encouraged him to meditate on the meanings of the words he inscribed, fostering a deep connection with the knowledge being recorded. This approach ensured that Ubar not only documented the information but also internalized it, becoming a vessel for the wisdom of the Anunnaki. As Ubar began the inscription process, he felt a profound sense of responsibility. Each tablet he created was a vessel for the teachings of the Anunnaki, encapsulating their understanding of the universe, humanity, and the delicate balance of life. The tablets covered a wide range of topics, including agriculture, governance, spirituality, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Ubar's careful attention to detail ensured that the nuances of each teaching were preserved, allowing future generations to access the knowledge that had been bestowed upon him. The historical importance of these tablets cannot be overstated. They served as a repository of Anunnaki knowledge, safeguarding the teachings that had been passed down through generations. In a time when oral traditions were prevalent, the act of inscribing knowledge onto durable materials like lapis lazuli marked a significant shift in how information was preserved and transmitted. The tablets became a bridge between the past and the future, allowing the wisdom of the Anunnaki to endure even in the face of calamity and change. Moreover, the tablets played a crucial role in the development of early writing systems. Ubar's inscriptions laid the groundwork for the cuneiform script that would later emerge in Mesopotamia, influencing the way knowledge was recorded and communicated across cultures. The significance of this development cannot be understated, as writing became a fundamental tool for civilization, enabling the documentation of laws, trade, and cultural practices. Ubar's work as a scribe thus extended far beyond his immediate context. It contributed to the evolution of human communication and the preservation of collective memory. The tablets also served as a source of inspiration and guidance for the Anunnaki and humanity alike. The teachings inscribed within them provided a framework for ethical living, governance, and the pursuit of knowledge. Ubar's careful documentation ensured that the wisdom of the Anunnaki would not be lost to time, allowing future generations to learn from their experiences and insights. The tablets became revered artifacts, consulted by leaders, scholars, and spiritual seekers who sought to understand the principles that governed existence. In addition to their practical applications, the tablets held a spiritual significance that resonated deeply within the Anunnaki culture. They were seen as sacred objects, embodying the divine connection between the Anunnaki and humanity. The act of reading and interpreting the tablets was considered a form of communion with the divine, allowing individuals to access the wisdom of the cosmos. Ubar's role as a scribe thus positioned him as a mediator between the celestial and terrestrial realms, further emphasizing the importance of his work. As time passed, the tablets inscribed by Ubar became integral to the identity of the Anunnaki civilization. They were not merely records of knowledge, they were symbols of their legacy, representing the heights of their intellectual and spiritual achievements. The tablets were preserved in temples and libraries, safeguarded by generations of scribes who recognized their value. Ubar's original inscriptions inspired countless others to continue the tradition of recording knowledge, ensuring that the teachings of the Anunnaki would endure through the ages. In conclusion, the creation and purpose of the tablets inscribed by Ubar represent a significant chapter in the history of the Anunnaki civilization. Crafted from the precious lapis lazuli, these tablets were imbued with deep meaning, serving as vessels for divine wisdom and guidance. Ubar's meticulous inscription process, guided by the emissaries of Enki, ensured that the teachings of the Anunnaki would be preserved for future generations. The historical importance of these tablets extends beyond their immediate context. They laid the groundwork for the development of writing systems and became a source of inspiration and guidance for both the Anunnaki and humanity. Ubar's legacy as a master scribe endures, reminding us of the power of knowledge and the importance of preserving our collective wisdom for the future. The origins and development of the Atlantean civilization are steeped in mystery and intrigue, often intertwined with the narratives of ancient cultures and mythologies. According to various accounts, the Atlanteans were believed to have established their society on Nibiru, a planet associated with the Anunnaki. This celestial body served as a cradle for their civilization, providing the necessary resources and environment for their growth and evolution. The establishment of Atlantean society was marked by a unique blend of advanced technology, spiritual beliefs, and a deep connection to the cosmos, setting the stage for a civilization that would leave an indelible mark on history. The Atlanteans, as descendants of the Anunnaki, inherited a wealth of knowledge and wisdom from their forebears. Upon settling on Nibiru, they began to cultivate their society, drawing upon the teachings of the Anunnaki while also developing their own cultural identity. The establishment of their society was characterized by a strong emphasis on community and collaboration, as the Atlanteans sought to create a harmonious existence that reflected their understanding of the universe. They built grand cities, adorned with intricate architecture and advanced infrastructure, showcasing their commitment to beauty and functionality. However, as with any civilization, the growth of the Atlantean society was not without its challenges. Conflicts and rivalries began to emerge among the Atlanteans, often fueled by differing ideologies, ambitions, and interpretations of their shared history. These rivalries manifested in various forms, from political power struggles to disputes over resources and technological advancements. The competition for leadership and influence led to factions forming within the society, each vying for dominance and recognition. This internal strife created a complex social landscape, where alliances were forged and broken, and the balance of power shifted frequently. One of the most significant conflicts arose between those who sought to maintain the traditional values and teachings of the Anunnaki and those who advocated for innovation and change. The traditionalists believed in preserving the ancient wisdom that had guided their ancestors, emphasizing the importance of spiritual connection and harmony with nature. In contrast, the progressives pushed for technological advancements and exploration, seeking to expand their understanding of the universe and harness its resources for the betterment of their society. This ideological divide created tension within the Atlantean community, as both sides struggled to assert their vision for the future. Despite these conflicts, the Atlantean civilization flourished during this period, marked by remarkable technological advancements and cultural developments. The Atlanteans were known for their exceptional skills in various fields, including engineering, agriculture, and astronomy. They developed sophisticated irrigation systems that allowed them to cultivate the land efficiently, ensuring a stable food supply for their growing population. Their understanding of celestial movements enabled them to create accurate calendars and navigation systems, facilitating trade and exploration. One of the most notable technological achievements of the Atlanteans was their mastery of energy harnessing. They discovered ways to tap into the natural energies of their environment, utilizing crystals and other materials to generate power for their cities. This innovation not only improved their quality of life but also allowed them to explore new frontiers in science and technology. The Atlanteans became pioneers in various fields, including medicine, architecture, and communication, laying the groundwork for future civilizations. Culturally, the Atlanteans developed a rich tapestry of art, music, and philosophy that reflected their values and beliefs. They created intricate sculptures and murals that depicted their connection to the cosmos and their reverence for the natural world. Music played a vital role in their society, serving as a means of expression and a tool for spiritual connection. The Atlanteans believed that music had the power to heal and elevate the soul, and they incorporated it into their rituals and daily lives. Philosophically, the Atlanteans sought to understand the nature of existence and their place in the universe. They engaged in deep contemplation and dialogue, exploring concepts such as consciousness, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the pursuit of knowledge. This intellectual curiosity fostered a culture of learning, where scholars and thinkers were highly regarded and encouraged to share their insights. The Atlanteans established centers of learning, where knowledge was preserved and passed down through generations, ensuring the continuity of their cultural heritage. As the Atlantean civilization continued to evolve, the conflicts and rivalries that had once threatened to divide them began to transform. The challenges they faced prompted a re-evaluation of their values and priorities, leading to a greater emphasis on unity and collaboration. The realization that their survival depended on cooperation and mutual respect became a guiding principle for the Atlanteans. They began to forge alliances across factions, recognizing that their diverse perspectives could contribute to a more comprehensive understanding of their world. This newfound sense of unity allowed the Atlanteans to channel their energies toward collective goals, fostering a spirit of innovation and creativity. They embarked on ambitious projects that aimed to enhance their society and expand their knowledge. Collaborative efforts in scientific research and exploration led to groundbreaking discoveries, further solidifying their reputation as a highly advanced civilization. The Atlanteans became known for their ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity, demonstrating resilience and ingenuity. However, as the Atlantean civilization reached its zenith, the very advancements that had propelled them forward also posed significant challenges. The rapid pace of technological development led to concerns about the ethical implications of their discoveries. Debates arose regarding the responsible use of their newfound powers, particularly in relation to energy harnessing and environmental stewardship. The Atlanteans grappled with the consequences of their actions, seeking to strike a balance between progress and sustainability. The culmination of these developments ultimately set the stage for the eventual decline of the Atlantean civilization. While they had achieved remarkable heights, the internal conflicts, ethical dilemmas, and environmental challenges they faced would ultimately lead to their downfall. The lessons learned during this period would resonate through history, serving as a cautionary tale for future civilizations about the importance of harmony, responsibility, and the interconnectedness of all life. In conclusion, the origins and development of the Atlantean civilization on Nibiru are a testament to the complexities of human society and the interplay between progress and conflict. From their establishment as a community rooted in collaboration to the rivalries that emerged among them, the Atlanteans navigated a dynamic landscape of technological advancements and cultural developments. Their achievements in various fields laid the groundwork for future civilizations, while their struggles served as a reminder of the importance of unity and ethical considerations in the pursuit of knowledge. The legacy of the Atlanteans endures, inviting us to reflect on our own journey as we navigate the challenges and opportunities of our time. The Annunnaki's mission to extract gold from Earth is a fascinating chapter in the narrative of ancient civilizations, intertwining themes of resource acquisition, technological prowess, and the complexities of interstellar interactions. The reasons behind the Annunnaki's need for gold were multifaceted, rooted in both practical and symbolic significance. Gold was not merely a precious metal for the Anunnaki, it held vital importance for their civilization, particularly in relation to their home planet, Nibiru. One of the primary reasons for the Annunnaki's interest in gold was its use in the atmosphere of Nibiru. The planet, characterized by its harsh environmental conditions, required a means to protect its inhabitants from the damaging effects of solar radiation. Gold, with its reflective properties, was believed to be essential in creating a shield that could help stabilize the atmosphere and mitigate the harmful effects of cosmic rays. The Anunnaki sought to extract vast quantities of gold from Earth to ensure the survival and well-being of their civilization back home. This need for gold was not merely a matter of luxury, it was a matter of survival for the Anunnaki, driving them to explore and exploit the resources of Earth. In addition to its practical applications, gold also held significant cultural and spiritual value for the Anunnaki. The metal was associated with divinity and immortality, symbolizing wealth, power, and the favor of the gods. The Anunnaki believed that gold could enhance their status and influence, both among themselves and in their interactions with humanity. This cultural significance further fueled their desire to extract gold from Earth, as they sought to solidify their legacy and maintain their position as powerful beings in the cosmos. To achieve their ambitious goal of gold extraction, the Anunnaki employed a range of advanced methods and technologies. Their approach was systematic and well-organized, reflecting their sophisticated understanding of mining and resource management. The Anunnaki established mining operations in various regions of Earth, particularly in areas rich in gold deposits, such as the regions of Mesopotamia and the southern parts of Africa. They utilized a combination of manual labor and advanced machinery to extract gold from the earth, showcasing their technological prowess. One of the key methods employed by the Anunnaki was the use of surface mining techniques. They would identify gold-rich areas and excavate the soil and rock layers to access the precious metal. This process involved the use of tools and equipment that were far more advanced than what was available to contemporary human societies. The Anunnaki's mining operations were characterized by their efficiency and scale, allowing them to extract significant quantities of gold in a relatively short period. In addition to surface mining, the Anunnaki also employed techniques such as panning and sluicing to separate gold from other materials. These methods involved the use of water to wash away lighter materials, leaving behind the heavier gold particles. The Anunnaki's understanding of geology and mineralogy enabled them to optimize these processes, ensuring that they maximized their yield while minimizing waste. Their advanced knowledge of metallurgy also allowed them to refine the extracted gold, preparing it for transport back to Nibiru. However, the extraction of gold from Earth was not without its challenges. The Anunnaki faced numerous obstacles during their mining operations, ranging from environmental factors to logistical issues. One of the primary challenges was the sheer scale of the operation. The demand for gold was immense, and the Anunnaki needed to maintain a steady supply to meet their needs. This required extensive planning and coordination, as well as a significant investment of resources. Environmental challenges also posed significant hurdles for the Anunnaki. The mining operations often disrupted local ecosystems, leading to soil erosion, deforestation, and water contamination. The Anunnaki had to navigate the delicate balance between resource extraction and environmental preservation, a challenge that would resonate throughout history as civilizations grappled with the consequences of their actions on the planet. Moreover, the Anunnaki encountered resistance from local human populations. As they established their mining operations, they often came into conflict with indigenous communities who relied on the land for their livelihoods. These tensions sometimes escalated into confrontations, forcing the Anunnaki to adapt their strategies and negotiate with local leaders. The dynamics of power and control played a significant role in the extraction process, as the Anunnaki sought to assert their dominance while managing the complexities of human interactions. The extraction of gold also required a substantial workforce, leading the Anunnaki to employ both their own kind and local human laborers. This reliance on human labor raised ethical questions about exploitation and the treatment of workers. The Anunnaki's interactions with humanity were marked by a complex relationship, as they sought to benefit from the resources of Earth while navigating the moral implications of their actions. This dynamic would have lasting effects on the development of human societies, shaping cultural narratives and influencing the course of history. As the Anunnaki continued their gold extraction efforts, they developed a system of organization and governance to manage their operations. They established hierarchies and roles within their mining communities, ensuring that tasks were delegated efficiently and that resources were allocated effectively. This organizational structure mirrored the complexities of their own society on Nibiru, reflecting their commitment to maintaining order and productivity in their endeavors. Despite the challenges they faced, the Anunnaki's gold extraction mission ultimately proved successful. They amassed vast quantities of gold, which they transported back to Nibiru using advanced spacecraft. This influx of gold played a crucial role in stabilizing the atmosphere of their home planet, fulfilling the original purpose of their mission. The successful extraction of gold not only ensured the survival of the Anunnaki but also solidified their status as powerful beings in the cosmos. The legacy of the Anunnaki's gold extraction efforts extends beyond their immediate goals. The knowledge and technologies they developed during this period laid the groundwork for future civilizations, influencing the ways in which humans approached resource management and mining practices. The stories of the Anunnaki's interactions with humanity and their quest for gold became woven into the fabric of cultural narratives, shaping myths and legends that would endure through the ages. In conclusion, the Anunnaki's mission to extract gold from Earth was driven by a combination of practical needs and cultural significance. Their advanced methods of extraction, coupled with the challenges they faced, highlight the complexities of resource acquisition in ancient civilizations. The legacy of their efforts continues to resonate, reminding us of the intricate relationships between technology, ethics, and the environment. As we reflect on this chapter of history, we are invited to consider the lessons learned from the Anunnaki's experiences and the enduring impact of their quest for gold on the development of human societies. The internal conflicts among the Anunnaki leaders represent a complex tapestry of power struggles, ideological differences, and personal ambitions that shape the trajectory of their civilization and their mission on Earth. Central to these conflicts were the prominent figures of Anu, Enki, and Enlil, each embodying distinct philosophies and aspirations that often clashed, leading to significant ramifications for the Anunnaki's endeavors. Anu, the supreme leader of the Anunnaki, held the highest authority among the pantheon of gods. His position was characterized by a sense of responsibility and a commitment to maintaining order within the Anunnaki hierarchy. However, Anu's leadership was not without its challenges. His sons, Enki and Enlil, represented two divergent paths for the Anunnaki, each vying for influence and recognition. Enki, known for his wisdom and compassion, advocated for a more benevolent approach toward humanity, emphasizing cooperation and the sharing of knowledge. In contrast, Enlil, the god of storms and authority, favored a more authoritarian stance, believing that control and dominance were essential for the Anunnaki's success on Earth. The power struggles between Anu, Enki, and Enlil were marked by a series of confrontations and disagreements that reflected their differing ideologies. Anu often found himself caught in the middle, attempting to balance the ambitions of his sons while maintaining the stability of the Anunnaki leadership. The tension between Enki and Enlil escalated as they pursued their respective visions for the Anunnaki's mission on Earth, leading to a fracturing of their once unified front. One of the most significant events in this power struggle was the rebellion led by Allelu, a former king of the Anunnaki. Allelu's rebellion was rooted in his dissatisfaction with the existing power dynamics and his desire to challenge Anu's authority. He believed that the Anunnaki had become complacent and disconnected from their original purpose, and he sought to reclaim the leadership for himself. Allelu's uprising was fueled by a coalition of supporters who shared his vision of a more egalitarian society, one that would prioritize the needs of the Anunnaki and their mission on Earth. The rebellion culminated in a fierce conflict, with Allelu and his followers challenging Anu's rule. The struggle for power was intense, and it ultimately led to Allelu's defeat. However, the significance of this rebellion extended beyond the immediate outcome. Allelu's exile marked a turning point in the Anunnaki leadership, as it highlighted the fractures within their ranks and the growing discontent among certain factions. Anu's victory over Allelu solidified his position, but it also underscored the need for a more cohesive approach to governance, as the dissenting voices within the Anunnaki continued to grow. The internal conflicts among the Anunnaki leaders had profound implications for their mission on Earth. As the power struggles intensified, the focus on their objectives began to wane. Enki's vision of nurturing humanity and fostering cooperation was often overshadowed by Enlil's more aggressive tactics, leading to a disjointed approach to their interactions with humans. The lack of unity among the Anunnaki leaders resulted in inconsistent policies and conflicting messages, creating confusion and tension in their relationships with the very beings they sought to guide. Moreover, the ideological divide between Enki and Enlil influenced the Anunnaki's methods of resource extraction and management on Earth. Enki's emphasis on sustainable practices and ethical stewardship clashed with Enlil's more exploitative approach, leading to environmental degradation and strained relations with local human populations. The internal conflicts not only hindered the Anunnaki's ability to fulfill their mission but also sowed the seeds of resentment among the humans they interacted with, as they witnessed the discord among their celestial overseers. The impact of these conflicts extended beyond the immediate challenges faced by the Anunnaki. The power struggles and ideological differences created a sense of instability within their ranks, leading to a lack of cohesion in their decision-making processes. As the Anunnaki grappled with their internal divisions, their focus on long-term goals diminished, resulting in a reactive rather than proactive approach to their mission on Earth. This shift in priorities ultimately hindered their ability to establish a lasting legacy and foster meaningful connections with humanity. In the wake of Allelu's rebellion and the ongoing power struggles, the Anunnaki leaders were forced to confront the consequences of their actions. The realization that their internal conflicts were undermining their mission prompted some leaders to seek reconciliation and collaboration. Enki, in particular, recognized the importance of unity in achieving their goals and began to advocate for a more cooperative approach among the Anunnaki. He sought to bridge the divide between his brother Enlil and the other factions, emphasizing the need for a shared vision that would benefit both the Anunnaki and humanity. Despite these efforts, the scars of conflict remained, and the Anunnaki's mission on Earth continued to be affected by the lingering tensions. The ideological divide between Enki and Enlil persisted, leading to ongoing debates about the best course of action. The lack of consensus among the leaders resulted in a fragmented approach to governance, with different factions pursuing their own agendas rather than working toward a common goal. As the Anunnaki navigated the complexities of their internal conflicts, they also faced external challenges that further complicated their mission. The growing resistance from human populations, fueled by the discord among the Anunnaki, created an environment of mistrust and hostility. The humans, witnessing the power struggles among their celestial overseers, began to question the Anunnaki's intentions and authority. This erosion of trust had far-reaching consequences, as it hindered the Anunnaki's ability to effectively guide and support humanity in their development. In conclusion, the internal conflicts among the Anunnaki leaders, particularly the power struggles between Anu, Enki, and Enlil, played a pivotal role in shaping the trajectory of their civilization and their mission on Earth. The significance of Allulu's rebellion and subsequent exile highlighted the fractures within their ranks and the growing discontent among certain factions. These conflicts not only hindered the Anunnaki's ability to fulfill their objectives but also created a sense of instability that reverberated through their interactions with humanity. As the Anunnaki grappled with their internal divisions, they were forced to confront the consequences of their actions, ultimately leading to a re-evaluation of their approach to governance and their mission on Earth. The legacy of these conflicts serves as a reminder of the complexities of leadership and the importance of unity in achieving shared goals, both among celestial beings and within human societies. Enki's plan to create a primitive worker, often referred to as the Lulu, was a pivotal moment in the narrative of the Anunnaki's mission on Earth, particularly in their quest for gold extraction. This initiative was driven by a combination of practical needs, ethical considerations, and the desire to establish a sustainable workforce that could alleviate the burdens placed on the Anunnaki themselves. The motivations behind creating the Lulu worker were multifaceted, reflecting the complexities of the Anunnaki's relationship with both their own kind and the burgeoning human populations. At the heart of Enki's motivations was the pressing need for labor to support the extensive gold extraction operations. The Anunnaki had initially relied on their own labor force, but the demands of mining and resource management were proving to be overwhelming. The extraction of gold required significant manpower, and the Anunnaki leaders recognized that their time and energy could be better spent on governance, technological advancements, and other pursuits that would benefit their civilization. Enki, known for his wisdom and compassion, sought to address this challenge by creating a workforce that could assist in the labor-intensive tasks associated with gold mining. Enki's vision for the Lulu worker was not merely about increasing productivity, it was also rooted in a desire to create a being that could possess a degree of intelligence and autonomy. He envisioned a primitive worker who could understand basic commands, perform tasks efficiently, and contribute to the Anunnaki's goals without the need for constant oversight. This approach reflected Enki's belief in the potential for cooperation between the Anunnaki and the beings they would create, fostering a sense of partnership rather than domination. The genetic engineering process involved in creating the Lulu worker was a remarkable feat of scientific ingenuity. Enki, drawing upon his extensive knowledge of genetics and biology, embarked on a meticulous process to design a being that would meet the specific needs of the Anunnaki. The first step in this process involved the selection of suitable genetic material from existing species on Earth. Enki studied various hominid forms, recognizing that the genetic traits of early humans could be harnessed to create a worker that was both physically capable and intellectually adaptable. The genetic engineering process was complex and involved several key stages. Enki began by isolating the DNA of early hominids, focusing on traits that would enhance the worker's strength, endurance, and ability to learn. He carefully manipulated the genetic sequences, introducing modifications that would allow the Lulu worker to thrive in the demanding environments of the gold mines. This process included the incorporation of genes that would enhance physical capabilities, such as muscle density and stamina, as well as cognitive traits that would enable the worker to follow instructions and adapt to various tasks. Once the genetic modifications were complete, Enki proceeded to the next phase, gestation and development. Utilizing advanced technology, he created a controlled environment in which the Lulu worker could grow and develop. This process involved artificial wombs that mimicked the conditions necessary for healthy development, ensuring that the worker would be born with the desired traits. Enki's careful attention to detail during this stage was crucial, as he sought to create a being that would not only be physically capable but also possess a degree of intelligence that would facilitate its integration into Anunnaki society. The birth of the first Lulu workers marked a significant milestone in the Anunnaki's mission on Earth. These beings were designed to be resilient and adaptable, capable of performing the labor-intensive tasks required for gold extraction. Enki's creation was celebrated among the Anunnaki, as it represented a solution to their labor shortages and a means to enhance their productivity. The Lulu workers quickly became integral to the gold mining operations, assisting the Anunnaki in their quest for the precious metal. However, the implications of creating the Lulu worker extended far beyond the immediate benefits of increased labor. The introduction of a genetically engineered being raised profound ethical questions about the nature of creation and the responsibilities of the creators. Enki's decision to create the Lulu workers was not without controversy, as some Anunnaki leaders, particularly Enlil, expressed concerns about the potential consequences of such an endeavor. Enlil feared that the creation of a new species could lead to unforeseen complications, including the possibility of rebellion or the emergence of a being with aspirations beyond its intended purpose. The ethical dilemmas surrounding the Lulu workers also prompted discussions about the nature of intelligence and autonomy. While Enki envisioned a cooperative relationship between the Anunnaki and the Lulu workers, the reality of their existence raised questions about free will and the rights of created beings. As the Lulu workers began to perform tasks and demonstrate a degree of understanding, the Anunnaki were faced with the challenge of defining the boundaries of their relationship with these new entities. Would the Lulu workers be treated as mere tools, or would they be recognized as sentient beings deserving of respect and consideration? The implications of the Lulu workers' creation also extended to the broader context of Anunnaki interactions with humanity. As the Anunnaki established their mining operations and began to rely on the Lulu workers, they inadvertently set the stage for the emergence of a new dynamic between themselves and the human populations. The presence of genetically engineered beings in the gold mines raised questions about the nature of labor and the role of humans in the Anunnaki's plans. Would the humans be relegated to a subordinate position, or could they coexist with the Lulu workers in a more equitable manner? The introduction of the Lulu workers also had a profound impact on the development of human societies. As the Anunnaki began to interact with the Lulu workers, they inadvertently influenced the evolution of human culture and social structures. The presence of a genetically engineered labor force prompted humans to re-evaluate their own roles and capabilities, leading to a greater awareness of their potential. The Lulu workers, while designed for labor, also served as a catalyst for human innovation and adaptation, as they inspired humans to explore their own abilities and seek new avenues for growth. In the long term, the creation of the Lulu workers would have lasting consequences for both the Anunnaki and humanity. The ethical dilemmas surrounding their existence would continue to resonate throughout history, shaping the narratives of creation, autonomy, and the responsibilities of those in power. The relationship between the Anunnaki and the Lulu workers would serve as a microcosm of the broader dynamics of power and control, reflecting the complexities of interspecies interactions and the challenges of coexistence. In conclusion, Enki's plan to create the Lulu worker was driven by a combination of practical needs and ethical considerations, reflecting the complexities of the Anunnaki's mission on Earth. The genetic engineering process involved in creating the primitive worker showcased Enki's scientific ingenuity and commitment to establishing a sustainable labor force. However, the implications of this creation extended far beyond the immediate benefits, raising profound ethical questions about the nature of intelligence, autonomy, and the responsibilities of creators. The introduction of the Lulu workers not only impacted the Anunnaki's gold extraction efforts but also influenced the development of human societies, setting the stage for a new dynamic between the two groups. As we reflect on this chapter of history, we are reminded of the intricate relationships between creation, power, and the potential for cooperation in the pursuit of shared goals. In this video, we delved into the fascinating history of the Anunnaki, an ancient civilization that has captivated the imaginations of scholars, enthusiasts, and curious minds alike. The Anunnaki, often depicted as powerful deities in Sumerian mythology, played a significant role in shaping early human history and civilization. Their interactions with Earth and humanity have left an indelible mark on our understanding of ancient cultures, resource management, and the complexities of power dynamics. By exploring the Anunnaki's history, we gain valuable insights into the interplay between divine influence and human development, as well as the ethical considerations that arise from such interactions. One of the key points discussed in the video was the Anunnaki's mission to extract gold from Earth. This endeavor was driven by their need for gold to stabilize the atmosphere of their home planet, Nibiru, and to protect their civilization from cosmic radiation. The significance of this mission cannot be overstated, as it highlights the lengths to which the Anunnaki were willing to go to ensure their survival. The methods they employed for gold extraction, including advanced mining techniques and genetic engineering to create the Lulu workers, showcase their technological prowess and innovative spirit. However, these actions also raise important ethical questions about the nature of labor, the treatment of created beings, and the responsibilities of those in power. We also examine the internal conflicts among the Anunnaki leaders, particularly the power struggles between Anu, Enki, and Enlil. These conflicts not only shaped the governance of the Anunnaki but also had profound implications for their mission on Earth. The rebellion led by Allelu and the subsequent exile highlighted the fractures within their ranks and the growing discontent among certain factions. As the Anunnaki grappled with their internal divisions, their focus on long-term goals diminished, leading to a fragmented approach to their interactions with humanity. This dynamic serves as a reminder of the complexities of leadership and the importance of unity in achieving shared objectives. Throughout the video, we emphasize the significance of reflecting on the lessons learned from these ancient narratives. The stories of the Anunnaki offer valuable insights into the nature of power, the ethical dilemmas of creation, and the responsibilities that come with authority. As we navigate our own modern challenges, we can draw parallels between the Anunnaki's experiences and our contemporary issues, encouraging us to consider the implications of our actions and the importance of cooperation and understanding in our relationships with one another and the environment. As we conclude this exploration of the Anunnaki's history, we invite you to engage further with this captivating subject. If you found the content intriguing and thought-provoking, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth discussions and explorations of related topics. By liking and sharing this video, you can help spread awareness of these ancient narratives and their relevance to our understanding of history and humanity. Together, we can continue to uncover the mysteries of the past and learn from the lessons that resonate through time. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to exploring more fascinating stories with you in the future. The Anunnaki, a group of deities from ancient Mesopotamian mythology, have long fascinated scholars and enthusiasts alike, particularly regarding their purported role in the creation of primitive workers. This topic delves into the intriguing narrative that suggests these celestial beings descended to Earth with a specific purpose: to mine gold and other resources. The Anunnaki, often depicted as powerful figures, are said to have found the labor of their own kind too burdensome and thus sought to create a workforce that could assist them in their endeavors. This narrative not only raises questions about the origins of humanity but also invites us to explore the broader implications of ancient myths on our understanding of civilization and its development. By examining the motivations behind the Anunnaki's actions, we can gain insights into the relationship between gods and humans, as well as the societal structures that emerged from such interactions. Understanding these ancient stories is crucial, as they offer a lens through which we can interpret our own history and the evolution of human society. The significance of these myths extends beyond mere storytelling. They challenge us to reflect on our place in the universe and the forces that have shaped our existence. As we embark on this exploration of the Anunnaki and their creation of primitive workers, we aim to engage and inform, shedding light on a narrative that continues to resonate with contemporary audiences and provoke thought about our past and future. Enki, one of the prominent deities among the Anunnaki, is often recognized for his wisdom and innovative thinking, particularly when it comes to the proposal of creating a primitive worker. Enki envisioned a being that would be fashioned in the image of the gods, a creature capable of performing labor that would alleviate the burdens faced by the Anunnaki themselves. His idea was not merely about creating a workforce. It was about crafting a new entity that could embody the qualities of intelligence and resilience, traits that would enable it to thrive in the harsh conditions of Earth while serving the needs of its creators. Enki's vision was rooted in a deep understanding of the natural world and the potential for life to adapt and flourish. He believed that by imbuing this new being with a spark of divine essence, they could create a creature that would not only serve but also possess the capacity for thought and emotion, thus forming a unique bond with its creators. However, Enki's proposal was met with skepticism, particularly from his brother Enlil, who held a more cautious perspective on the creation of a new creature. Enlil's concerns were multifaceted. He questioned the implications of creating a being that could think and feel, fearing that such a creature might one day challenge the authority of the gods or even rebel against them. Enlil's skepticism stemmed from a desire to maintain control and order among the Anunnaki and their creations. He worried that introducing a new species into the world could lead to unforeseen consequences, disrupting the delicate balance that existed between the divine and the mortal realms. This tension between Enki's progressive vision and Enlil's conservative caution set the stage for a significant debate among the Council of the Anunnaki, highlighting the complexities of their governance and the weight of their decisions. The Council's deliberations on Enki's proposal were crucial, as they represented a pivotal moment in the mythology of the Anunnaki. This gathering of powerful deities was not merely a formality, it was a serious examination of the ethical and practical implications of creating a primitive worker. Each member of the council brought their own perspectives and concerns to the table, reflecting the diverse views within the pantheon. The discussions were intense, with Enki advocating passionately for his vision, emphasizing the potential benefits of having a workforce that could assist the Anunnaki in their tasks. He argued that this new being could be a source of companionship and support, fostering a relationship that transcended mere servitude. On the other hand, Enlil and others voiced their apprehensions, urging caution and consideration of the long-term consequences of such an act. The importance of these deliberations cannot be overstated, as they not only shaped the fate of the proposed primitive worker but also illuminated the broader themes of creation, responsibility, and the nature of existence itself. Ultimately, the outcome of this council would have lasting implications for both the Anunnaki and the beings they sought to create, marking a significant chapter in the ancient narratives that continue to captivate our imaginations today. Enki and Ninhursag embarked on a groundbreaking journey to create the primitive worker, a being that would serve the Anunnaki and alleviate their burdens. This endeavor was not merely a matter of will, it required meticulous planning and execution, particularly in the realm of genetic experimentation. The first step in this ambitious project involved the intricate process of combining Anunnaki DNA with that of Earthlings. Enki, known for his deep understanding of genetics and biology, took the lead in this endeavor. He meticulously studied the genetic makeup of both the Anunnaki and the native Earthling species, seeking to identify the traits that could be harmoniously blended to create a new being. The goal was to produce a creature that possessed the strength and resilience of Earthlings while also embodying the intelligence and divine qualities of the Anunnaki. The genetic experiments were complex and fraught with challenges. Enki and Ninhursag faced numerous obstacles as they attempted to manipulate the DNA strands, ensuring that the resulting being would be viable and capable of fulfilling its intended purpose. One of the primary challenges was the compatibility of the two genetic codes. The Anunnaki were a highly advanced race, and their DNA was significantly different from that of the Earthlings. This disparity led to several failed attempts, with many of the initial creations proving to be unstable or unable to survive outside the controlled environment of their laboratory. Each failure brought with it a sense of urgency and frustration, as Enki and Ninhursag were acutely aware of the stakes involved. They needed to succeed, not only for the sake of their own labor but also to fulfill the expectations of the Anunnaki Council, which had granted them the authority to pursue this project. Despite the setbacks, Enki and Ninhursag persevered, driven by their shared vision of creating a being that could bridge the gap between the divine and the mortal. They refined their techniques, conducting further experiments and making adjustments to their approach. Their collaboration was crucial. Ninhursag, as the goddess of fertility and creation, brought her own expertise to the table, focusing on the nurturing aspects of the new being's development. Together they worked tirelessly, combining their knowledge and skills to overcome the hurdles they faced. The process was not just scientific, it was also deeply spiritual, as they infused their creation with a sense of purpose and connection to the divine. The significance of their first successful creation, known as Adam, cannot be overstated. Adam represented the culmination of Enki and Ninhursag's efforts, embodying the qualities they had sought to achieve. He was a being that combined the strength and resilience of Earthlings with the intelligence and divine essence of the Anunnaki. Adam's creation marked a turning point in the narrative of the Anunnaki and their relationship with humanity. He was not merely a worker. He was a symbol of the potential for cooperation between the two realms. The successful creation of Adam also validated Enki and Ninhursag's vision, demonstrating that it was indeed possible to create a being that could serve the Anunnaki while also possessing the capacity for thought and emotion. Adam's existence opened up new possibilities for the Anunnaki and their interactions with humanity. He was the first of his kind, a prototype that would pave the way for future creations. The implications of Adam's creation extended beyond the immediate needs of the Anunnaki. They also raised profound questions about the nature of existence, the responsibilities of creators, and the potential for a new relationship between gods and mortals. As Enki and Ninhursag looked upon their creation, They recognized that they had not only fulfilled a practical need but had also embarked on a journey that would forever alter the course of human history. Adam was more than just a primitive worker. He was a testament to the power of collaboration, innovation, and the enduring quest for understanding the mysteries of life itself. The birth of the first Earthlings, Adam and Eve, marks a pivotal moment in Anunnaki mythology, symbolizing the culmination of divine experimentation and the beginning of a new chapter in the relationship between gods and humanity. Adam, the first of his kind, was created through the intricate genetic blending of Anunnaki and Earthling DNA, while Eve was fashioned shortly thereafter, serving as his companion and counterpart. Their creation was not merely an act of labor. It represented a profound shift in the dynamics of existence, as these beings were imbued with the essence of both the divine and the earthly. In the context of Anunnaki mythology, Adam and Eve are significant not only as the first humans but also as the embodiment of the potential for growth, learning, and the complexities of life that would unfold in the ages to come. As Enki and Ninhursag completed their work, the moment of Adam's birth was filled with anticipation and awe. The Anunnaki gathered to witness this extraordinary event, their reactions a mixture of curiosity, pride, and trepidation. For many of the gods, this was a moment of triumph, a testament to their power and creativity. They marveled at Adam's form, recognizing the divine qualities that had been infused into him. His strength, intelligence, and capacity for emotion were evident, and the Anunnaki could see the potential for a new kind of relationship with this being. However, there were also undercurrents of concern among some of the gods, particularly Enlil, who remained skeptical about the implications of creating such beings. He worried that Adam and Eve might one day challenge the authority of the Anunnaki or disrupt the established order of the cosmos. The birth of Eve soon followed, and her creation was equally significant. She was designed to complement Adam, embodying the qualities of nurturing and companionship. Together, they represented the duality of existence, the balance between strength and tenderness, intellect and emotion. The Anunnaki observed their interactions with great interest, noting how Adam and Eve began to explore their surroundings, learning and adapting to the world that had been created for them. This dynamic duo not only served as the first primitive workers but also as the foundation for future generations of humanity. The Anunnaki recognized that Adam and Eve were not just creations, they were the beginning of a lineage that would carry forth the legacy of their divine creators. The implications of Adam and Eve's existence for the Anunnaki were profound. With the birth of these first Earthlings, the Anunnaki faced new responsibilities and challenges. They had created beings capable of thought, emotion, and choice, which meant that the relationship between gods and humans would no longer be one-sided. The Anunnaki would need to consider the needs, desires, and potential of their creations. This shift in dynamics raised questions about governance, morality, and the nature of free will. Would Adam and Eve remain obedient to their creators, or would they seek autonomy and independence? The Anunnaki understood that they had opened a door to a new reality, one that would require careful navigation and consideration. As Adam and Eve began to populate the earth, the Anunnaki observed their growth with a mix of pride and apprehension. The couple's ability to learn, adapt, and form relationships with one another and their environment demonstrated the success of Enki and Ninhursag's vision. However, the Anunnaki also recognized that with this success came the potential for conflict and complexity. The existence of Adam and Eve signified the beginning of a new era, one where the boundaries between the divine and the mortal would blur, leading to unforeseen consequences for both realms. In the grand tapestry of Anunnaki mythology, the birth of Adam and Eve serves as a crucial narrative that explores themes of creation, responsibility, and the intricate interplay between gods and humanity. Their story is not just about the origins of human beings. It is a reflection of the enduring quest for understanding, connection, and the search for meaning in a world shaped by divine influence. As the first Earthlings, Adam and Eve would go on to embody the hopes, fears, and aspirations of their creators, forever altering the course of history and the relationship between the Anunnaki and the beings they had brought into existence. In the mythological narrative surrounding Adam and Eve, their roles in the Garden of Eden were imbued with profound significance, reflecting the expectations placed upon them by the Anunnaki. As the first Earthlings, Adam and Eve were not merely created to exist. They were assigned specific roles that aligned with the desires and needs of their divine creators. The Anunnaki envisioned them as caretakers of the earth, tasked with tending to the land and its resources, thereby fulfilling the labor that the gods had initially sought to alleviate through their creation. This expectation was rooted in the belief that Adam and Eve would embody the qualities of diligence and obedience, serving as a bridge between the divine and the earthly realms. The Anunnaki's expectations for Adam and Eve were multifaceted. They were to cultivate the land, manage the flora and fauna, and ensure that the resources of the earth were utilized wisely. This role was not only practical but also symbolic, representing the Anunnaki's desire for their creations to reflect their own divine qualities. Adam and Eve were seen as extensions of the Anunnaki themselves, tasked with maintaining the balance of nature and honoring the gifts bestowed upon them. In this context, the concept of worship and servitude became intertwined, as the earthlings were expected to express their gratitude and reverence for their creators through their actions and stewardship of the land. Worship, in this sense, was not limited to rituals or offerings. It was manifested in the way Adam and Eve engaged with their environment and fulfilled their roles. The Anunnaki anticipated that their creations would recognize the divine origins of their existence and in turn, demonstrate their loyalty and devotion through their labor. This relationship was characterized by a sense of mutual respect, where the Anunnaki provided for Adam and Eve, and in return the earthlings honored their creators by tending to the world they inhabited. The Anunnaki's expectations were clear. Adam and Eve were to be diligent stewards of the earth, embodying the principles of harmony and balance that the gods themselves upheld. Initially, the relationship between the Anunnaki and their creations was marked by a sense of harmony and cooperation. Adam and Eve thrived in the Garden of Eden, a paradise designed to provide for their every need. The abundance of resources allowed them to flourish, and their connection to the land fostered a deep appreciation for the gifts they had received. The Anunnaki observed this flourishing with satisfaction, recognizing that their vision for a primitive worker had evolved into something far more profound. Adam and Eve were not just laborers, they were beings capable of thought, emotion, and connection, reflecting the divine essence that had been infused into them. This initial harmony was characterized by a sense of unity between the Anunnaki and their creations. The gods took pride in their handiwork, witnessing the growth and development of Adam and Eve as they navigated their roles in the garden. The earthlings' ability to learn, adapt, and form relationships with one another and their environment demonstrated the success of the Anunnaki's vision. The Anunnaki saw in Adam and Eve the potential for a new kind of relationship, one that transcended mere servitude and ventured into the realm of companionship and mutual respect. However, this idyllic state was not without its complexities. The expectations placed upon Adam and Eve, while initially embraced, would soon become a source of tension. As the earthlings began to explore their surroundings and assert their independence, the delicate balance between worship and autonomy would be tested. The Anunnaki's desire for obedience and reverence would clash with the burgeoning sense of self-awareness and agency that Adam and Eve began to experience. This tension would ultimately shape the narrative of their existence, leading to profound implications for both the earthlings and their divine creators. In exploring the roles assigned to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, we uncover a rich tapestry of expectations, relationships, and the complexities of creation. Their journey reflects the broader themes of stewardship, worship, and the intricate interplay between the divine and the mortal. As the first earthlings, Adam and Eve were not only tasked with fulfilling the needs of the Anunnaki but also with navigating the challenges of existence, ultimately shaping the course of their own destiny and the legacy of humanity. The initial harmony between the Anunnaki and their creations would serve as a foundation for the unfolding narrative, one that would explore the depths of connection, conflict, and the enduring quest for understanding in a world shaped by divine influence. The moment Adam and Eve gained forbidden knowledge marked a transformative turning point in their existence, fundamentally altering their relationship with the Anunnaki and reshaping the narrative of humanity. This pivotal event revolved around the knowledge of good and evil, a concept that held profound significance not only for Adam and Eve but also for the Anunnaki who had created them. The acquisition of this knowledge represented a leap into self-awareness and moral understanding, granting Adam and Eve the ability to discern right from wrong, to understand the implications of their actions, and to navigate the complexities of existence in a way that transcended mere instinctual behavior. The significance of the knowledge of good and evil cannot be overstated. Prior to this moment, Adam and Eve existed in a state of innocence, blissfully unaware of the moral complexities that would come to define their lives. They lived in harmony with their environment, fulfilling their roles as caretakers of the Garden of Eden without questioning the nature of their existence or the intentions of their creators. However, the introduction of this knowledge shattered that innocence, awakening a new level of consciousness that brought with it both enlightenment and burden. With the ability to understand good and evil, Adam and Eve were no longer passive recipients of the Anunnaki's will. They became active participants in their own lives, capable of making choices that would have far-reaching consequences. The consequences of Adam and Eve's newfound awareness were immediate and profound. As they gained the ability to discern right from wrong, they began to experience a range of emotions that had previously been foreign to them. Guilt, shame, and fear emerged as they grappled with the implications of their actions and the reality of their existence. The once harmonious relationship they shared with the Anunnaki became strained, as the gods now viewed their creations through a different lens. The Anunnaki had initially seen Adam and Eve as obedient workers, but with the acquisition of forbidden knowledge, the Earthlings had crossed a threshold that introduced complexity into their relationship. The Anunnaki's expectations of worship and servitude were now challenged by Adam and Eve's burgeoning sense of autonomy and moral agency. This shift in their relationship with the Anunnaki was marked by a growing distance and a sense of disillusionment. Adam and Eve, once content in their roles as caretakers, began to question the nature of their existence and the intentions of their creators. The knowledge of good and evil opened their eyes to the possibility of choice, and with that came the realization that they could defy the Anunnaki's will. This newfound awareness led to a sense of empowerment, but it also brought with it a heavy burden. Adam and Eve were now aware of their vulnerability and the consequences of their actions, which created a rift between them and the Anunnaki. The gods, who had once taken pride in their creations, now faced the reality that their creations could choose to reject their authority. The consequences of this shift were far-reaching. The Anunnaki, particularly Enlil, who had always been wary of the potential for rebellion among their creations, viewed Adam and Eve's newfound knowledge with alarm. The gods had created these beings to serve them, but now they were faced with the unsettling reality that Adam and Eve could choose to act against their interests. This realization prompted a re-evaluation of the Anunnaki's relationship with humanity. The gods had to grapple with the implications of having created beings capable of moral reasoning and independent thought. The dynamics of power and control that had once defined their relationship were now in flux, leading to a sense of uncertainty and tension. As Adam and Eve navigated their newfound awareness, they also began to experience the complexities of human emotions and relationships. The knowledge of good and evil brought with it a deeper understanding of love, compassion, and empathy, but it also introduced conflict, jealousy, and fear. Their relationship with one another evolved as they grappled with their shared experience of this profound change. They became partners in a journey of discovery, exploring the depths of their emotions and the implications of their choices. However, this journey was not without its challenges, as the weight of their newfound knowledge often led to misunderstandings and conflicts between them. In the broader context of Anunnaki mythology, the moment Adam and Eve gained forbidden knowledge serves as a powerful allegory for the human experience. It reflects the universal struggle between innocence and awareness, the tension between obedience and autonomy, and the complexities of moral decision-making. The acquisition of knowledge is often portrayed as a double-edged sword, offering enlightenment while simultaneously introducing the burden of responsibility. Adam and Eve's journey illustrates the profound impact that knowledge can have on relationships, both with oneself and with others, as well as the intricate interplay between creators and their creations. Ultimately, the moment Adam and Eve gained forbidden knowledge marked a significant turning point in their existence, reshaping their relationship with the Anunnaki and altering the course of human history. The knowledge of good and evil opened the door to a new reality, one characterized by complexity, choice, and moral responsibility. As Adam and Eve navigated the challenges of their newfound awareness, they embarked on a journey that would define the essence of humanity, forever altering the dynamics of their relationship with the divine and setting the stage for the unfolding narrative of existence. The consequences of this moment would resonate throughout the ages, shaping the understanding of what it means to be human and the intricate relationship between the divine and the mortal. The expulsion of Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden is a pivotal event in the narrative of Anunnaki mythology, encapsulating themes of disobedience, consequence, and the complexities of human existence. The events leading to their expulsion were marked by a series of actions and reactions that ultimately culminated in a profound shift in the relationship between the Anunnaki and their creations. Central to this narrative is Enlil, the god who had long harbored skepticism about the potential for rebellion among humanity. His reaction to Adam and Eve's actions would set the stage for the consequences that followed. Enlil's response to Adam and Eve's newfound knowledge and subsequent actions was one of alarm and indignation. As the god responsible for order and authority, Enlil had always viewed the creation of humanity with a cautious eye. He had been wary of the potential for disobedience and the implications of granting beings the capacity for moral reasoning. When Adam and Eve consumed the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge, Enlil's worst fears were realized. The act was not merely a transgression of a divine command, It represented a fundamental challenge to the authority of the Anunnaki. Enlil perceived this act as a direct defiance of the established order, a rebellion against the divine hierarchy that he had worked to maintain. Enlil's reaction was swift and severe. He convened the other Anunnaki to discuss the implications of Adam and Eve's actions, emphasizing the need to restore order and assert control over their creations. The council deliberated on the consequences of this rebellion, weighing the potential for further disobedience against the need to maintain the balance of power. Enlil argued passionately for their expulsion, viewing it as a necessary measure to prevent the spread of insubordination among humanity. He believed that allowing Adam and Eve to remain in Eden would set a dangerous precedent, encouraging other Earthlings to challenge the authority of the gods. The reasons behind Adam and Eve's expulsion were multifaceted, rooted in both their actions and the broader implications for the Anunnaki. First and foremost, their consumption of the forbidden fruit symbolized a breach of trust between the creators and their creations. The Anunnaki had granted Adam and Eve the gift of knowledge, but with that gift came the expectation of obedience. By choosing to defy the divine command, Adam and Eve not only rejected the authority of the Anunnaki but also embraced a new understanding of their own autonomy. This act of defiance was seen as a fundamental shift in the dynamics of power, prompting the Anunnaki to re-evaluate their relationship with humanity. Moreover, the expulsion served as a means of enforcing the boundaries that had been established between the divine and the mortal realms. The Garden of Eden was designed as a paradise, a sanctuary where Adam and Eve could thrive under the watchful eye of the Anunnaki. However, their actions disrupted the delicate balance that had been maintained. Enlil and the other gods recognized that allowing Adam and Eve to remain in Eden would undermine the authority of the Anunnaki and potentially lead to further acts of rebellion. The decision to expel them was thus framed as a necessary measure to restore order and reassert control over their creations. The impact of Adam and Eve's expulsion from Eden on humanity's future was profound and far-reaching. With their removal from the paradise that had been their home, Adam and Eve were thrust into a world that was no longer governed by the divine protection and abundance of the garden. They were forced to confront the realities of existence outside of Eden, where survival depended on their ability to navigate a harsh and unforgiving environment. This transition marked the beginning of humanity's struggle for autonomy, self-sufficiency, and the quest for meaning in a world that was now fraught with challenges. The expulsion also introduced the concept of sin and consequence into the human experience. Adam and Eve's actions had not only led to their own downfall but had also set a precedent for future generations. The knowledge of good and evil, once a source of enlightenment, became a burden that humanity would carry forward. The awareness of moral complexity brought with it the potential for both greatness and failure, as subsequent generations grappled with the implications of their choices. The legacy of Adam and Eve's disobedience would echo throughout history, shaping the moral landscape of humanity and influencing the relationship between humans and the divine. Furthermore, the expulsion from Eden marked a significant shift in the narrative of human existence. No longer were Adam and Eve mere extensions of the Anunnaki's will. They became individuals with agency, capable of making choices that would define their lives and the lives of their descendants. This newfound autonomy came with its own set of challenges, as humanity navigated the complexities of existence in a world that was now characterized by struggle, hardship, and the pursuit of knowledge. The expulsion served as a catalyst for growth and development, pushing humanity to explore the depths of their potential and the intricacies of their relationships with one another and the divine. In the broader context of Anunnaki mythology, the expulsion of Adam and Eve from Eden serves as a powerful allegory for the human experience. It reflects the universal themes of choice, consequence, and the quest for understanding in a world shaped by divine influence. The narrative illustrates the complexities of existence, highlighting the tension between obedience and autonomy, innocence and awareness. Adam and Eve's journey from the paradise of Eden to the challenges of the outside world encapsulates the essence of the human condition, marked by the struggle for identity, purpose, and connection. Ultimately, the events leading to Adam and Eve's expulsion from Eden represent a critical juncture in the narrative of humanity. Enlil's reaction to their actions, the reasons behind their expulsion, and the impact on humanity's future all converge to create a rich tapestry of themes that resonate throughout the ages. The expulsion not only altered the course of Adam and Eve's lives but also set in motion a series of events that would shape the destiny of humanity, forever intertwining the divine and the mortal in a complex and dynamic relationship. As humanity moved forward, the lessons learned from this pivotal moment would continue to influence the understanding of existence, morality, and the enduring quest for connection with the divine. Following the expulsion of Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden, humanity began to proliferate in ways that would shape the course of history and the relationship between the Anunnaki and their creations. The initial couple, once isolated in their paradise, became the progenitors of a burgeoning population that would spread across the earth. This growth was not merely a matter of numbers. It represented the emergence of a complex society, marked by the development of relationships, roles, and cultural practices that would define early human existence. The growth of the Earthling population can be traced back to the union of Adam and Eve, who, despite their expulsion, were tasked with the responsibility of populating the Earth. Their initial struggles outside of Eden were met with resilience, as they adapted to their new environment and learned to cultivate the land. The knowledge of good and evil that had once been a burden now became a tool for survival, allowing them to navigate the challenges of existence. As Adam and Eve began to have children, their family expanded, and the Earthling population started to grow. The birth of their sons, Cain and Abel, marked a significant milestone in this proliferation, as these two figures would play crucial roles in the early development of human society. Cain and Abel, as the firstborn sons of Adam and Eve, embodied the duality of human existence. Cain, the elder, was a farmer who tilled the soil, while Abel, the younger, was a shepherd who tended to flocks. Their contrasting roles reflected the diverse ways in which early humans began to interact with their environment and establish livelihoods. This division of labor was significant, as it laid the groundwork for the development of more complex societal structures. The rivalry between the two brothers, stemming from their differing offerings to the Anunnaki, highlighted the emerging themes of competition, jealousy, and the quest for favor that would characterize human relationships. Cain's offering of crops was rejected in favor of Abel's offering of livestock, leading to feelings of resentment and ultimately culminating in the tragic act of fratricide. This pivotal moment not only marked the first murder in human history but also underscored the complexities of human emotions and the darker aspects of existence that emerged in the wake of Adam and Eve's expulsion. The story of Cain and Abel serves as a microcosm of the broader human experience, illustrating the challenges and conflicts that arise within society. As humanity began to proliferate, the dynamics of relationships became increasingly intricate. The emergence of competition for resources, the desire for recognition, and the struggle for power all played a role in shaping early human interactions. The Anunnaki, observing these developments from their celestial vantage point, began to reassess their perceptions of their creations. Initially, the gods had viewed Adam and Eve as obedient workers, but the complexities of human behavior and the emergence of moral dilemmas prompted a re-evaluation of their understanding of humanity. The Anunnaki's changing perceptions of their creations were influenced by the unfolding narrative of human existence. As the Earthling population grew, the gods witnessed the emergence of culture, social structures, and the capacity for both creativity and destruction. The actions of Cain, in particular, drew the attention of the Anunnaki, as they grappled with the implications of having created beings capable of such profound moral choices. The act of murder was not merely a violation of divine law. It represented a fundamental challenge to the order that the Anunnaki had sought to establish. The gods began to recognize that humanity was not simply a reflection of their own divine qualities. It was a complex tapestry of emotions, desires, and conflicts that could lead to both greatness and tragedy. As humanity continued to proliferate, the Anunnaki's relationship with their creations evolved. The gods, who had once viewed humanity through a lens of control and authority, began to see the potential for partnership and collaboration. The growth of the Earthling population brought with it the possibility of shared experiences, cultural exchange, and the development of a unique human identity. The Anunnaki recognized that their creations were capable of innovation, creativity, and the pursuit of knowledge, qualities that mirrored their own divine essence. This realization marked a significant shift in the dynamics of the relationship between the Anunnaki and humanity, as the gods began to contemplate the implications of their creation's autonomy and moral agency. The proliferation of humanity also led to the establishment of communities and societies, further complicating the relationship between the Anunnaki and their creations. As families grew and clans formed, the need for governance, social order, and cultural practices became increasingly important. The Anunnaki observed the development of rituals, beliefs, and traditions that reflected humanity's quest for meaning and connection. This cultural evolution was a testament to the resilience and adaptability of humanity, as they sought to navigate the complexities of existence in a world that was both beautiful and challenging. In this context, the roles of Cain and Abel took on greater significance. Their story became a foundational narrative that would resonate throughout human history, serving as a cautionary tale about the consequences of jealousy, competition, and moral failure. The themes of conflict and resolution that emerged from their relationship would echo in the lives of subsequent generations, shaping the moral framework within which humanity would operate. The Anunnaki, witnessing these developments, began to understand that their creations were not merely subjects to be controlled. They were beings capable of growth, learning, and the exploration of their own identities. As humanity proliferated and evolved, the Anunnaki's perceptions of their creations continued to shift. The gods recognized that the Earthlings were not simply extensions of their will. They were independent beings with their own desires, aspirations, and moral dilemmas. This realization prompted a re-evaluation of the Anunnaki's role in the lives of humanity. The gods began to consider the possibility of guiding and supporting their creations rather than exerting control over them. This shift in perspective laid the groundwork for a more collaborative relationship, one that would allow humanity to flourish while still acknowledging the divine influence that had shaped their existence. In conclusion, the proliferation of humanity after Adam and Eve marked a significant turning point in the narrative of Anunnaki mythology. The growth of the Earthling population, the roles of Cain and Abel, and the changing perceptions of the Anunnaki all converged to create a rich tapestry of themes that resonate throughout the ages. As humanity navigated the complexities of existence, the Anunnaki began to recognize the potential for partnership and collaboration, leading to a deeper understanding of the intricate relationship between the divine and the mortal. The story of Cain and Abel serves as a powerful reminder of the challenges and triumphs that define the human experience, illustrating the enduring quest for meaning, connection, and understanding in a world shaped by divine influence. As humanity continued to evolve, the lessons learned from these early narratives would guide future generations in their pursuit of identity, purpose, and the complexities of existence. The events leading up to the Great Flood in Anunnaki mythology represent a critical juncture in the relationship between the gods and humanity, encapsulating themes of divine judgment, preservation, and the consequences of human actions. As humanity proliferated and developed, the Anunnaki observed the growing complexities of human society, including the emergence of moral failings, corruption, and disobedience. The gods, who had initially created humanity with the intention of alleviating their burdens, found themselves increasingly disillusioned with their creations. This disillusionment ultimately culminated in the decision to allow a great flood to cleanse the earth and reset the course of human history. The Anunnaki's decision to permit the flood was not made lightly. The gods had witnessed the deterioration of human behavior, characterized by violence, greed, and a disregard for the divine order. Enlil, in particular, was vocal in his condemnation of humanity's actions, arguing that the Earthlings had strayed too far from the path of righteousness. He believed that the only way to restore balance and order was to wipe the slate clean, allowing for a fresh start devoid of the corruption that had taken root. The Council of the Anunnaki convened to discuss the impending flood, weighing the potential consequences of their decision. While some gods expressed concern about the loss of life, Enlil's resolve was unwavering. He viewed the flood as a necessary measure to reclaim the earth from the chaos that humanity had wrought. In the midst of this divine deliberation, Zayusadra, known in later traditions as Noah, emerged as a pivotal figure in the narrative. Unlike the majority of humanity, Zayusadra was favored by the Anunnaki for his righteousness and moral integrity. He had maintained a close relationship with the gods, demonstrating a commitment to the principles of stewardship and respect for the natural order. As the Anunnaki prepared to unleash the flood, they recognized Zayusadra's potential to preserve life and ensure the continuity of creation. In a moment of divine intervention, the gods revealed their plan to him, instructing him to build a great ark to save himself, his family, and a selection of animals from the impending deluge. Zayusadra's role in preserving life during the flood was both significant and symbolic. By following the Anunnaki's instructions, he became a vessel of hope in a time of despair. The construction of the ark represented not only a physical means of survival but also a testament to the possibility of redemption and renewal. As Zayusadra gathered the animals and prepared for the flood, he embodied the qualities of resilience and faith, demonstrating that even in the face of divine judgment, there remained a path toward preservation and continuity. His actions served as a reminder that the Anunnaki, despite their disappointment with humanity, still held the potential for compassion and mercy. When the floodwaters finally descended upon the earth, they brought with them a profound transformation. The deluge was not merely a natural disaster. It was a divine cleansing, a means of erasing the corruption that had taken hold of humanity. As the waters rose, the landscape was irrevocably altered, and the remnants of the old world were submerged beneath the waves. The flood served as a powerful symbol of the Anunnaki's authority and the consequences of human actions. It was a stark reminder that the gods were not to be trifled with, and that the balance of creation could be disrupted by the choices made by their creations. The consequences of the flood were far-reaching, impacting both the Anunnaki and the Earthlings in profound ways. For the Anunnaki, the flood represented a moment of reckoning. While they had sought to restore order, they were also faced with the reality of the destruction they had wrought. The loss of life and the obliteration of entire communities weighed heavily on the gods, prompting them to reflect on their relationship with humanity. The flood served as a catalyst for change, leading the Anunnaki to reconsider their approach to governance and interaction with their creations. They recognized that their decisions had consequences, and that the balance of power between the divine and the mortal was a delicate one. For humanity, the flood marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in their existence. Ziusadra's survival became a symbol of hope and renewal, as he emerged from the floodwaters to repopulate the earth. The lessons learned from the flood would shape the moral framework of future generations, emphasizing the importance of righteousness, respect for the divine, and the consequences of straying from the path of virtue. The narrative of the flood served as a cautionary tale, reminding humanity of the fragility of existence and the need for harmony with the natural order. In the aftermath of the flood, the Anunnaki and humanity entered a new phase of their relationship. The gods, having witnessed the consequences of their actions, began to adopt a more nuanced approach to governance. They recognized the potential for partnership and collaboration with humanity, understanding that their creations were capable of growth, learning, and moral development. The flood had served as a transformative event, reshaping the dynamics of power and authority between the divine and the mortal. The significance of the Great Flood extends beyond the immediate events that transpired. It serves as a powerful allegory for the human experience. The themes of judgment, redemption, and the consequences of actions resonate throughout the ages, reflecting the universal struggle between order and chaos, righteousness and corruption. The flood narrative encapsulates the complexities of existence, highlighting the delicate balance between the divine and the mortal, and the enduring quest for meaning and connection in a world shaped by both. In conclusion, the events leading up to the Great Flood and its significance in Anunnaki mythology represent a critical juncture in the relationship between the gods and humanity. The Anunnaki's decision to allow the flood, Ziusadra's role in preserving life, and the consequences of the deluge all converge to create a rich tapestry of themes that resonate throughout history. The flood serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of existence, the importance of moral integrity, and the enduring quest for redemption and renewal. As humanity emerged from the floodwaters, they carried with them the lessons learned from this transformative event, shaping their understanding of existence and their relationship with the divine for generations to come. In this video, we explored the fascinating narrative surrounding the creation of humanity as depicted in Anunnaki mythology, delving into the intricate relationships between the gods and their creations. One of the key takeaways from our discussion is the profound significance of the Anunnaki's decision to create primitive workers, which ultimately led to the emergence of Adam and Eve. This act was not merely about labor. It represented a deeper exploration of the divine-human relationship, highlighting themes of stewardship, autonomy, and the complexities of existence. The creation of Adam and Eve marked the beginning of a new chapter in human history, where the potential for both greatness and moral failure became intertwined. We also examined the pivotal moment when Adam and Eve gained forbidden knowledge, which fundamentally altered their relationship with the Anunnaki. This newfound awareness of good and evil introduced a moral complexity that challenged the established order, leading to their eventual expulsion from the Garden of Eden. The consequences of this expulsion were far-reaching, as humanity was thrust into a world characterized by struggle, choice, and the quest for meaning. The narrative of Cain and Abel further illustrated the complexities of human emotions and relationships, emphasizing the challenges that arose as humanity began to proliferate. The Great Flood served as another significant event in our discussion, representing a moment of divine judgment and the consequences of human actions. The Anunnaki's decision to allow the flood was rooted in their disillusionment with humanity, prompting them to cleanse the earth of corruption. Ziusadra's role in preserving life during this catastrophic event highlighted the potential for redemption and renewal, as he emerged as a symbol of hope for future generations. The aftermath of the flood marked a turning point in the relationship between the Anunnaki and humanity, leading to a more nuanced understanding of governance and the complexities of existence. As we reflect on these ancient myths, it is essential to consider their implications for our understanding of humanity and our place in the universe. These narratives invite us to explore the themes of creation, morality, and the delicate balance between divine authority and human autonomy. They challenge us to think critically about the choices we make and the consequences that follow, reminding us of the enduring quest for meaning and connection in our lives. If you found this exploration of Anunnaki mythology engaging and thought-provoking, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more content that delves into the rich tapestry of ancient narratives and their relevance to contemporary life. Don't forget to like this video and share it with others who may be interested in these fascinating stories. Your support helps us continue to create content that inspires reflection and discussion about the complexities of existence and the lessons we can learn from the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to exploring more intriguing topics with you in the future. In this video, we delve into the fascinating topic of the Anunnaki and their connection to the Great Flood, a pivotal event in ancient mythology. The Anunnaki, often depicted as deities in Sumerian culture, played a crucial role in shaping early civilizations, influencing everything from agriculture to governance. These ancient beings were believed to have descended from the heavens, imparting knowledge and skills to humanity, which laid the foundation for societal development. As we explore their significance, we will uncover how their narratives intertwine with the Great Flood, a cataclysmic event that holds immense importance in Sumerian mythology. This flood is not just a tale of destruction. It symbolizes rebirth and renewal, echoing through various cultures and religions. By examining the Anunnaki's involvement in this myth, we aim to provide a deeper understanding of their legacy and the lessons that can be drawn from these ancient stories. Join us as we embark on this engaging journey through history, mythology, and the enduring impact of the Anunnaki and the Great Flood on human civilization. The Anunnaki's presence on Earth has long been a subject of intrigue and speculation, with many theories surrounding their objectives and intentions. Central to their narrative is the belief that the Anunnaki came to Earth with specific purposes, primarily revolving around the creation and development of humanity. According to ancient texts, the Anunnaki sought to create a workforce that could assist them in their endeavors, particularly in mining and agriculture. This need arose from their own resource limitations on their home planet, Nibiru. By genetically engineering early humans, the Anunnaki aimed to produce beings capable of performing labor-intensive tasks, thus alleviating their own burdens and allowing them to focus on higher pursuits. Among the key figures in this ancient saga are Enki and Enlil, two prominent deities who played pivotal roles in the Anunnaki's interactions with humanity. Enki, often regarded as the god of wisdom and water, is credited with the creation of humans. His compassionate nature led him to advocate for humanity's welfare, emphasizing the importance of knowledge and enlightenment. In contrast, Enlil, the god of air and storms, held a more authoritative stance. He was primarily concerned with maintaining order and control, often viewing humanity as a potential threat to the established cosmic balance. The dynamic between these two figures highlights the complexities of the Anunnaki's objectives and the differing philosophies that influenced their decisions regarding humanity. The decisions made by Enki and Enlil had profound implications for Earth's future. Their interactions with humanity were not merely about creation. They also involved guidance, intervention, and, at times, punishment. For instance, the Great Flood, a significant event in Sumerian mythology, was a direct result of Enlil's frustration with humanity's behavior. He perceived humans as corrupt and noisy, disrupting the peace of the cosmos. In contrast, Enki sought to preserve humanity, warning a chosen individual, Utnapishtim, about the impending disaster. This divergence in their approaches underscores the critical nature of their decisions, as they shaped the trajectory of human civilization. The Anunnaki's presence on Earth, therefore, was not just a matter of extraterrestrial beings visiting our planet. It was a complex interplay of creation, governance, and moral dilemmas. Their objectives in creating humanity were multifaceted, driven by both necessity and ambition. As we explore these themes further, we will uncover the lasting impact of the Anunnaki's choices on the development of human societies and the enduring legacy of their mythos in our understanding of civilization's origins. Through the lens of Enki and Enlil's contrasting philosophies, we can appreciate the intricate tapestry of ancient narratives that continue to resonate in contemporary discussions about humanity's place in the universe. In the ancient narratives surrounding the Anunnaki, one of the most compelling episodes is the gathering of these celestial beings in Shubak prior to the Great Flood. This momentous assembly was marked by a palpable sense of urgency and foreboding, as the Anunnaki convened to discuss the fate of humanity and the impending cataclysm that would soon engulf the Earth. The atmosphere was charged with tension, as the weight of their decisions bore heavily upon them, and the consequences of their actions would resonate through the ages. At the forefront of this gathering were two key figures, Enki and Ninmah, also known as Ninag. Enki, the god of wisdom and water, was deeply concerned about the welfare of humanity. His compassion for the beings he had helped create drove him to seek a way to mitigate the devastation that the flood would bring. Ninmah, the goddess of creation and fertility, shared Enki's sentiments and was equally invested in the fate of humankind. Together, they began to formulate a plan to save a select few from the impending disaster, recognizing that their actions could alter the course of human history. As the Anunnaki convened in Shubak, the urgency of the situation became increasingly evident. Enlil, the god of air and storms, had made the decision to unleash the flood as a means of cleansing the earth of what he perceived as humanity's corruption and noise. His frustration with the human race had reached a boiling point, and he believed that a fresh start was necessary. The other Anunnaki, while acknowledging Enlil's authority, were acutely aware of the moral implications of such a drastic measure. The discussions in Shubak were not merely administrative, they were fraught with ethical dilemmas and the weight of responsibility for the lives of countless beings. In the midst of this gathering, Enki and Ninmah worked tirelessly to devise a strategy that would allow them to preserve a remnant of humanity. Enki, leveraging his wisdom and knowledge of the natural world, sought to identify a way to warn a chosen individual, Utnapishtim, about the impending flood. He understood that the survival of humanity hinged on this critical intervention. Ninmah, with her nurturing spirit, contributed her insights into the human condition, emphasizing the importance of compassion and the potential for redemption. The collaboration among the Anunnaki figures during this gathering was remarkable. While Enlil's decision to flood the earth was driven by a desire for order, other deities began to voice their concerns about the consequences of such an action. The discussions were characterized by a blend of authority and empathy, as the Anunnaki navigated the complexities of their roles as creators and overseers of humanity. This interplay of perspectives highlighted the diverse motivations and philosophies that existed among the Anunnaki, ultimately shaping the decisions made in Shubak. As the gathering progressed, the urgency of the situation intensified. The Anunnaki understood that time was of the essence, the flood was imminent, and their window for intervention was rapidly closing. Enki's determination to save humanity fueled a sense of urgency among the other deities, prompting them to consider the implications of their actions. The discussions became increasingly focused on the logistics of Enki's plan, with various Anunnaki contributing their unique skills and insights to ensure its success. In the end, the gathering in Shubak served as a pivotal moment in the Anunnaki's narrative, illustrating the complexities of their relationships and the weight of their decisions. The collaboration between Enki, Ninmah, and other Anunnaki figures underscored the importance of unity in the face of impending disaster. Their collective efforts to save a fragment of humanity would not only alter the course of history but also leave an indelible mark on the mythology that has persisted through the ages. As we reflect on this gathering, we gain insight into the moral dilemmas faced by these ancient beings and the profound impact of their choices on the future of humanity. Enki's dream vision is a pivotal moment in the mythology surrounding the Anunnaki, particularly in the context of the impending Great Flood. This vision, delivered by the enigmatic figure of Galzu, carries profound implications for both Enki and humanity. Galzu, often interpreted as a messenger or intermediary between the divine and mortal realms, appears to Enki in a dream, imparting crucial knowledge that would shape the course of events to come. The significance of this vision lies not only in its immediate content but also in the broader themes of destiny and choice that it encapsulates. In the dream, Galzu reveals to Enki the catastrophic fate that awaits humanity due to the decision made by Enlil to unleash the flood. This revelation is not merely a warning, it serves as a catalyst for Enki's actions. The vision underscores the gravity of the situation and the urgency with which Enki must respond. Galzu's presence signifies the interconnectedness of the divine will and the choices made by the Anunnaki, highlighting the delicate balance between fate and free will. Enki, as a deity imbued with wisdom and compassion, is faced with a moral dilemma: to adhere to the decisions of his fellow gods or to intervene on behalf of humanity. Following the vision, Enki receives specific instructions regarding Zayusadra, the chosen individual who would be spared from the flood. Galzu instructs Enki to guide Zayusadra in building a vessel that would withstand the deluge, ensuring the survival of both him and the essential elements of life. This directive emphasizes the theme of destiny, as Zayusadra is portrayed as a figure of hope and continuity amidst the impending destruction. Enki's role in this process is crucial. He becomes the architect of salvation, tasked with ensuring that the knowledge and essence of humanity endure beyond the floodwaters. The instructions given to Enki also reflect a deeper understanding of the relationship between the divine and humanity. By choosing to save Ziusudra, Enki acknowledges the potential for redemption and the importance of preserving the human spirit. This act of defiance against Enlil's decree illustrates the complexities of divine governance and the moral responsibilities that come with power. Enki's decision to intervene is not merely an act of rebellion. It is a conscious choice that underscores the significance of individual agency in the face of overwhelming odds. As Enki grapples with the implications of his vision, the theme of destiny and choice becomes increasingly pronounced. The Anunnaki, despite their divine status, are not immune to the consequences of their decisions. Enki's actions set in motion a series of events that will ultimately shape the future of humanity. The vision from Galzu serves as a reminder that while destiny may be predetermined, the choices made by individuals can alter the course of that destiny. Enki's willingness to act on behalf of Ziusudra exemplifies the power of choice in the face of fate, illustrating that even in the most dire circumstances, there exists the potential for agency and change. Moreover, the dream vision highlights the interconnectedness of all beings within the cosmic order. Enki's decision to save Ziusudra is not an isolated act. It reverberates through the fabric of existence, influencing the lives of countless individuals and the trajectory of civilization itself. This interconnectedness emphasizes the importance of compassion and empathy, as the choices made by one deity can have far-reaching consequences for humanity as a whole. In conclusion, Enki's dream vision and the subsequent instructions regarding Ziusudra encapsulate the intricate interplay between destiny and choice within the Anunnaki narrative. The significance of Galzu's message lies in its ability to illuminate the moral complexities faced by the gods and the profound impact of their decisions on the fate of humanity. Enki's role as a savior figure underscores the importance of individual agency, reminding us that even in the face of overwhelming challenges, the choices we make can shape our destinies and the world around us. As we reflect on this pivotal moment, we gain insight into the enduring themes of hope, redemption, and the power of compassion that resonate throughout the annals of mythology and human experience. Enki's warning to Ziusudra about the impending flood is a critical moment in the mythology surrounding the Anunnaki and serves as a testament to the themes of urgency, preparation, and survival. As the god of wisdom and water, Enki felt a profound responsibility to intervene on behalf of humanity, particularly for Ziusudra, who had been chosen to survive the cataclysm. The urgency of Enki's message was palpable, as he understood that time was of the essence. The flood was not merely a distant threat, it was imminent, and the consequences of inaction would be catastrophic. In the dead of night, Enki approached Ziusudra in a dream, a method befitting the divine nature of his warning. The urgency of his message was underscored by the gravity of the situation. Enki conveyed the dire news with a sense of immediacy, emphasizing that the flood would soon engulf the earth, wiping out all life as it was known. He urged Ziusudra to take swift action, for the survival of not only himself but also the essence of humanity depended on his response. Enki's tone was both grave and compassionate, reflecting his deep concern for the fate of the human race. He implored Ziusudra to heed his words and prepare for the impending disaster. Upon receiving Enki's warning, Ziusudra was filled with a mix of disbelief and determination. The gravity of the situation quickly sank in, and he understood that he had been given a rare opportunity to save himself and preserve the future of humanity. The urgency of Enki's message propelled him into action. Ziusudra began to gather materials and resources necessary for the construction of a vessel that would withstand the floodwaters. He understood that this was not merely a task of building a boat, it was a monumental undertaking that required careful planning and execution. The preparations Ziusudra undertook were extensive and meticulous. He enlisted the help of his family and community, rallying them to assist in the construction of the ark. Together, they gathered wood, reeds, and other materials, working tirelessly to create a sturdy vessel that could endure the onslaught of the flood. Ziusudra's leadership and determination inspired those around him, as they recognized the gravity of the situation and the importance of their collective efforts. The construction of the ark became a symbol of hope and resilience, a tangible manifestation of their commitment to survival. As the days passed, the urgency of the situation became increasingly apparent. Ziusudra and his team worked day and night, driven by the knowledge that the flood could arrive at any moment. The significance of the ark's construction extended beyond its physical form. It represented a lifeline for humanity. Enki's warning had transformed Zayusadra from a mere mortal into a beacon of hope, tasked with preserving the essence of life in the face of overwhelming odds. The Ark was not just a vessel, it was a sanctuary, a means of safeguarding the knowledge, culture, and spirit of humanity. The construction process itself was fraught with challenges. Zayusadra faced skepticism from some members of his community, who found it difficult to believe that such a catastrophic event could occur. However, Enki's divine intervention had instilled a sense of urgency that transcended doubt. Zayusadra remained steadfast in his resolve, reminding those around him of the importance of their mission. He emphasized that their efforts were not just for their own survival but for the continuation of life itself. This collective purpose galvanized the community, fostering a spirit of cooperation and determination. As the Ark took shape, Zayusadra meticulously followed the instructions given to him by Enki. He ensured that the vessel was large enough to accommodate not only himself and his family but also a selection of animals and essential supplies. This aspect of the preparations highlighted the significance of preserving biodiversity and the interconnectedness of all living beings. Zayusadra understood that the survival of humanity was intricately linked to the survival of the natural world, and he was determined to honor that connection. The Ark's construction also served as a profound metaphor for resilience and hope. In the face of impending doom, Zayusadra and his community were not passive victims. They were active participants in their destiny. The act of building the Ark became a powerful symbol of defiance against the forces of destruction. It represented the belief that even in the darkest of times, there exists the potential for renewal and rebirth. Zayusadra's commitment to this task reflected the enduring human spirit, a testament to the capacity for courage and determination in the face of adversity. As the floodwaters began to rise, the urgency of Zayusadra's preparations reached a fever pitch. The Ark was finally completed, standing as a testament to the hard work and dedication of all those involved. Zayusadra's heart swelled with a mix of pride and trepidation as he surveyed the vessel that would carry him and his loved ones to safety. The significance of the Ark extended beyond its physical presence. It embodied the hope for a new beginning, a chance to rebuild and restore what had been lost. In the final moments before the flood, Zayusadra gathered his family and the animals he had chosen to save. The atmosphere was charged with emotion as they prepared to embark on this unprecedented journey. Enki's warning had transformed their lives, propelling them into a new reality where survival depended on their collective efforts and unwavering faith. The Ark became a sanctuary, a refuge from the chaos that was about to unfold. As the floodwaters surged and the skies darkened, Zayusadra and his family boarded the Ark, ready to face the unknown. The significance of Enki's warning and the preparations they had undertaken resonated deeply within them. They were not merely passive recipients of fate, they were active participants in a narrative that transcended time and space. The Ark represented their resilience, their hope, and their determination to survive against all odds. In conclusion, Enki's warning to Zayusadra about the impending flood was a moment of profound significance, marked by urgency, preparation, and the construction of the Ark. Zayusadra's response to Enki's message exemplified the themes of agency and resilience, as he rallied his community to undertake the monumental task of building a vessel that would safeguard their future. The Ark itself became a powerful symbol of hope and survival, embodying the belief that even in the face of destruction, there exists the potential for renewal and rebirth. As Zayusadra and his family embarked on their journey, they carried with them the legacy of humanity, a testament to the enduring spirit that defines us all. The Great Flood, as experienced by Zayusadra, was a cataclysmic event that reshaped the very fabric of existence on Earth. As the skies darkened and the first drops of rain began to fall, a sense of foreboding enveloped the land. Zayusadra, aboard the Ark he had painstakingly constructed with the guidance of Enki, felt the tremors of the impending disaster reverberate through the vessel. The initial raindrops were gentle, almost deceptive, but they quickly escalated into a torrential downpour that unleashed the fury of the heavens. The floodwaters surged, swallowing the landscape whole, transforming familiar terrains into a vast, chaotic sea. As the deluge intensified, Zayusadra and his family clung to one another, their hearts racing with a mix of fear and determination. The Ark rocked violently on the waves, but its sturdy construction held firm against the onslaught. Outside, the world they once knew was disappearing beneath the relentless tide. Trees, homes, and entire villages were consumed by the rising waters, leaving behind only memories of what had been. The cacophony of destruction filled the air, cries of despair mingled with the roar of the flood, creating a haunting symphony of loss. Zayusadra gazed out from the Ark, witnessing the devastation unfold before his eyes, a stark reminder of the fragility of life. As the flood continued to rage, the reactions of the Anunnaki observing from above were a mixture of awe and regret. Enlil, who had decreed the flood as a means of cleansing the earth of humanity's corruption, watched with a heavy heart. While he had believed that this act would restore balance to the cosmos, he could not ignore the suffering that unfolded below. The sight of the destruction weighed heavily on him, and he began to question the righteousness of his decision. The other Anunnaki too were conflicted. Some felt a sense of vindication, believing that the flood was a necessary purging, while others, like Enki, were filled with sorrow for the lives lost and the world being washed away. Enki in particular felt the weight of his actions. He had intervened to save Zayusadra, but the magnitude of the flood was overwhelming. As he observed the chaos from his celestial vantage point, he could not help but reflect on the choices that had led to this moment. The flood was not just a punishment, it was a profound transformation, a moment of destruction that would pave the way for rebirth. Enki understood that while the waters were devastating, they also held the potential for renewal. The cycle of life, he realized, was intricately tied to destruction and rebirth, and this flood was a necessary part of that cycle. As days turned into weeks, Zayusadra and his family remained adrift on the ark, surrounded by the vast expanse of water. The initial terror of the flood had given way to a profound sense of isolation. They were the last remnants of humanity, floating on a sea of chaos, cut off from the world they once knew. The ark became their sanctuary, a fragile bastion of hope amidst the overwhelming tide. Zayusadra took solace in the knowledge that they had been chosen to survive, but the weight of their responsibility loomed large. They were not merely preserving their own lives, they were safeguarding the future of humanity. The themes of destruction and rebirth were woven into the very fabric of their experience. As the floodwaters continued to rise, Zayusadra witnessed the remnants of the old world being washed away. The landscapes he had known since childhood were transformed into a vast, unrecognizable ocean. Yet, within this destruction lay the seeds of new beginnings. The flood was a cleansing force, washing away the corruption and chaos that had plagued humanity. Zayusadra understood that from this devastation, a new world would emerge, one that would be shaped by the lessons learned from the past. As the flood began to recede, Zayusadra felt a glimmer of hope. The waters that had once threatened to consume everything were now slowly revealing the remnants of the land. The ark, having weathered the storm, came to rest on a mountaintop, a sanctuary amidst the ruins. Zayusadra and his family emerged from the vessel, stepping onto the ground that had been transformed by the flood. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth, and the silence that enveloped them was both eerie and profound. They were surrounded by a world that had been irrevocably changed, yet within that change lay the promise of renewal. As Zayusadra surveyed the landscape, he was struck by the beauty that emerged from the destruction. The flood had cleared away the old, making way for new growth. Green shoots began to push through the soil, and the first signs of life appeared in the form of birds returning to the skies. The cycle of destruction and rebirth was unfolding before his eyes, a testament to the resilience of nature. Zayusadra understood that while the flood had brought devastation, it had also created the conditions for a new beginning. In the aftermath of the flood, Zayusadra took on the mantle of responsibility for the future of humanity. He understood that he was not just a survivor. He was a custodian of the lessons learned from the past. The destruction of the old world had provided an opportunity to rebuild, to create a society that honored the interconnectedness of all life. Zayusadra gathered his family and the animals they had saved, and together they began to cultivate the land, planting seeds of hope for the future. The themes of destruction and rebirth resonated deeply within Zayusadra as he embarked on this new chapter. He recognized that the flood had not only washed away the physical remnants of the past but had also cleared the way for a new understanding of existence. The lessons learned from the old world, the importance of compassion, cooperation, and respect for nature, would guide their efforts as they rebuilt their lives. Zayusadra became a symbol of resilience, embodying the spirit of renewal that emerged from the ashes of destruction. As time passed, the landscape transformed once more. The once flooded earth flourished with life, and Zayusadra's community began to thrive. They honored the memory of those lost in the flood, recognizing that their survival was a gift that came with great responsibility. The stories of the Great Flood became woven into the fabric of their culture, serving as a reminder of the delicate balance between destruction and rebirth. Zayusadra shared the wisdom imparted to him by Enki, emphasizing the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. The Anunnaki, observing from above, witnessed the transformation of the earth and the resilience of humanity. Enlil, who had initially viewed the flood as a necessary cleansing, began to see the beauty that emerged from the destruction. He recognized that the flood had not only served its purpose but had also allowed for a new understanding of existence. The Anunnaki, once divided in their perspectives, found common ground in their appreciation for the cycle of life and the potential for renewal. In the end, the Great Flood became a defining moment in the mythology of the Anunnaki and humanity. It was a story of destruction that paved the way for rebirth, a testament to the resilience of life in the face of adversity. Ziusadra's journey from survivor to custodian of hope exemplified the enduring spirit of humanity, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there exists the potential for renewal and transformation. The floodwaters may have washed away the old world, but they also cleared the path for a new beginning, one that would be shaped by the lessons learned from the past and the promise of a brighter future. Ziusadra's survival in the aftermath of the Great Flood is a profound narrative of resilience, sacrifice, and the enduring spirit of humanity. Central to this story is the Ark, a vessel of salvation that not only protected Ziusadra and his family but also preserved the essence of life on Earth. The significance of the Ark extended far beyond its physical structure. It represented hope, continuity, and the possibility of rebirth in a world that had been irrevocably altered by the floodwaters. The Ark was meticulously constructed under Enki's guidance, designed to withstand the catastrophic forces of nature unleashed by the flood. It was a large, sturdy vessel, crafted from the finest materials available, ensuring that it could endure the relentless onslaught of rain and waves. Inside, Ziusadra had gathered not only his family but also a selection of animals, seeds, and essential supplies. This careful curation of contents was crucial for the survival of life after the flood. The animals represented the diversity of creation, while the seeds symbolized the potential for new growth and regeneration. The Ark was, in essence, a microcosm of the world that had existed before the flood, a sanctuary that held the promise of a new beginning. As Ziusadra floated on the turbulent waters, the emotional toll of the flood weighed heavily on him. The initial shock of the disaster had given way to a profound sense of loss and grief. He had witnessed the destruction of the world he had known, the landscapes that had shaped his life, and the communities that had thrived in harmony with nature. The cries of despair from those left behind echoed in his mind, haunting him as he grappled with the enormity of the situation. Ziusadra felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. He was not just a survivor but a custodian of the future. The burden of preserving life and ensuring that the lessons learned from the past were not forgotten was a heavy one. The emotional toll was compounded by the isolation that came with being one of the last remnants of humanity. As the floodwaters rose, Ziusadra and his family were cut off from the world they had known. The vast expanse of water surrounding them served as a constant reminder of their solitude. While they were safe within the Ark, the knowledge that so many had perished weighed heavily on Ziusadra's heart. He often found himself reflecting on the lives lost, the families torn apart, and the communities that had been swept away. This sense of grief was intertwined with a fierce determination to honor their memory by ensuring that humanity would rise again. In the midst of this emotional turmoil, the role of the Anunnaki in ensuring survival became increasingly significant. Enki, who had intervened to save Ziusadra, continued to watch over him from above. The god of wisdom and water felt a deep connection to the mortal he had chosen to protect. Enki's presence was a source of comfort for Ziusadra, a reminder that he was not alone in his struggle. The Anunnaki, despite their divine status, were not detached from the consequences of their actions. They understood that the flood was not just a punishment, it was a transformative event that would shape the future of humanity. As Ziusadra navigated the challenges of survival, he often felt the influence of the Anunnaki guiding him. Enki's wisdom resonated within him, providing clarity and strength in moments of doubt. The god's teachings about the interconnectedness of all life became a guiding principle for Ziusadra as he faced the daunting task of rebuilding. He understood that the survival of humanity was not solely dependent on the Ark but also on the relationships forged with the natural world and the lessons learned from the past. The sacrifices made during this time were profound and multifaceted. Ziusadra's family had to adapt to their new reality, learning to live in close quarters within the confines of the Ark. The emotional strain of confinement weighed heavily on them, as they grappled with their own fears and uncertainties. Ziusadra often took on the role of a leader, reassuring his family and instilling hope in their hearts. He emphasized the importance of unity and resilience, reminding them that they were part of a larger narrative, a story of survival that transcended their individual struggles. The sacrifices extended beyond the emotional realm. They also encompassed the physical resources within the ark. Ziusudra had carefully rationed the supplies, understanding that their survival depended on making every resource count. The animals they had saved were not just companions, they were vital to the ecosystem that would need to be rebuilt. Ziusudra and his family took great care to ensure that the animals were fed and tended to, recognizing that their survival was intertwined with the survival of all living beings. This sense of stewardship became a guiding principle for Ziusudra, shaping his approach to the challenges that lay ahead. As the floodwaters began to recede, Ziusudra's focus shifted from mere survival to the responsibility of rebuilding. The emotional toll of the flood had not diminished, but it had transformed into a sense of purpose. Ziusudra understood that the ark had served its purpose as a vessel of salvation, but now it was time to step into the world that awaited them. The sacrifices made during the flood had prepared him for this moment, instilling in him the resilience and determination needed to face the challenges of a new beginning. The significance of the ark and its contents became even more pronounced as Ziusudra and his family prepared to disembark. The animals they had saved would play a crucial role in repopulating the earth, while the seeds represented the potential for new growth and regeneration. Ziusudra felt a deep sense of gratitude for the gifts bestowed upon them, recognizing that their survival was not just a matter of chance but a culmination of divine intervention and human effort. As they stepped onto the newly exposed land, Ziusudra was struck by the beauty that emerged from the destruction. The flood had cleared away the remnants of the old world, making way for new growth and possibilities. The air was fresh, filled with the scent of damp earth and the promise of renewal. Ziusudra took a moment to reflect on the journey that had brought them to this point, the sacrifices made, the emotional toll endured, and the unwavering spirit that had guided them through the darkest of times. In the days that followed, Ziusudra and his family set to work, cultivating the land and nurturing the animals they had saved. The lessons learned from the flood became the foundation of their new society. Ziusudra emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature, honoring the interconnectedness of all life. The sacrifices made during the flood had instilled in him a deep sense of responsibility, and he was determined to ensure that the mistakes of the past would not be repeated. The role of the Annunaki continued to resonate in Ziusudra's life as he navigated the challenges of rebuilding. He often reflected on Enki's teachings, drawing strength from the wisdom imparted to him. The god's presence was felt in the natural world around him, a reminder that the divine and mortal realms were intricately connected. Ziusudra understood that the survival of humanity was not just a matter of physical existence. It was also about nurturing the relationships forged with the land, the animals, and each other. As the community began to flourish, Ziusudra became a symbol of hope and resilience. His journey from survivor to leader was marked by the sacrifices made during the flood and the lessons learned from the experience. He shared the stories of the great flood with future generations, ensuring that the memory of those lost would never be forgotten. The narrative of survival became woven into the fabric of their culture, serving as a reminder of the delicate balance between destruction and rebirth. In conclusion, Ziusudra's survival in the aftermath of the Great Flood is a powerful testament to the significance of the Ark, the emotional toll of the flood, and the role of the Annunaki in ensuring survival. The Ark represented hope and continuity, while the sacrifices made during this time shaped Ziusudra into a resilient leader. The journey from destruction to rebirth was marked by profound lessons about the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of stewardship. As Ziusudra and his family embarked on their new beginning, they carried with them the legacy of survival, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can endure and thrive. The Great Flood, a cataclysmic event that reshaped the earth and humanity, left an indelible mark on the landscape and the very essence of civilization. As the waters receded, the consequences of the flood became starkly apparent, revealing a transformed world that bore little resemblance to the one that had existed before. The aftermath of the flood was not merely a tale of destruction. It was also a narrative of renewal, resilience, and the lessons learned from a profound upheaval. In the wake of the flood, the landscape underwent dramatic changes. The once familiar terrains were altered, with valleys submerged and mountains rising from the depths of the newly formed seas. The floodwaters had carved new paths through the earth, creating rivers and lakes where none had existed before. The fertile plains that had once supported thriving communities were now blanketed in silt and debris, remnants of the old world washed away by the relentless tide. The transformation of the landscape was both beautiful and haunting, a testament to the power of nature and the fragility of human existence. As the dust settled and the waters receded, the Anunnaki observed the changes from their celestial vantage point. They understood that the flood had not only served as a means of cleansing the earth but had also created an opportunity for rebirth. Enlil, who had initially decreed the flood as a punishment, began to see the potential for a new beginning. The devastation had cleared away the remnants of a corrupted civilization, making way for a fresh start. The Anunnaki convened to discuss their plans for rebuilding civilization, recognizing that the lessons learned from the flood would be crucial in shaping the future. The Anunnaki's plans for rebuilding civilization were rooted in the understanding that the mistakes of the past must not be repeated. They recognized that humanity had been given a second chance, and with that came the responsibility to create a society that honored the interconnectedness of all life. Enki, the god of wisdom and water, emerged as a key figure in this endeavor. His compassion for humanity and his desire to guide them toward a more harmonious existence became central to the Anunnaki's vision for the future. One of the primary focuses of the Anunnaki's rebuilding efforts was the establishment of sustainable practices that would ensure the survival of humanity and the natural world. They emphasized the importance of agriculture, teaching the survivors how to cultivate the land in a way that respected its resources. The lessons learned from the flood underscored the need for balance between human activity and the environment. The Anunnaki encouraged the survivors to honor the cycles of nature, understanding that their survival was intricately tied to the health of the earth. In addition to agricultural practices, the Anunnaki sought to instill a sense of community and cooperation among the survivors. They understood that the flood had not only destroyed physical structures but had also fractured social bonds. The Anunnaki encouraged the survivors to come together, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose. This emphasis on collaboration was a direct response to the individualism that had contributed to humanity's downfall before the flood. The Anunnaki believed that by working together, the survivors could create a society that was resilient and adaptable, capable of weathering future challenges. As the rebuilding efforts progressed, the survivors began to forge a new identity, one that was shaped by the lessons learned from the flood. They honored the memory of those lost, recognizing that their survival was a gift that came with great responsibility. The stories of the flood became woven into the fabric of their culture, serving as a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of stewardship. The survivors understood that they were not merely rebuilding a physical world, they were also reconstructing their values, beliefs, and relationships with one another and the natural world. The consequences of the flood extended beyond the physical landscape. They also had profound implications for humanity's collective consciousness. The survivors emerged from the flood with a heightened awareness of their place in the cosmos. They understood that their actions had consequences, and that the choices they made would shape the future of their civilization. This newfound awareness fostered a sense of humility and reverence for the forces of nature, as the survivors recognized that they were part of a larger tapestry of existence. The lessons learned from the flood were multifaceted, encompassing themes of resilience, interconnectedness, and the importance of balance. The survivors understood that destruction could lead to rebirth, and that from the ashes of the old world, a new society could emerge. They embraced the idea that challenges could be transformed into opportunities for growth, and that adversity could foster strength and unity. As the Anunnaki continued to guide the rebuilding efforts, they emphasized the importance of knowledge and education. Enki, in particular, championed the dissemination of wisdom, believing that an informed society would be better equipped to navigate the complexities of existence. The survivors were encouraged to share their experiences, to learn from one another, and to cultivate a culture of inquiry and exploration. This emphasis on knowledge became a cornerstone of the new civilization, ensuring that the lessons learned from the flood would not be forgotten. In the years that followed the flood, the landscape began to flourish once more. The survivors cultivated the land, planting seeds of hope and nurturing the growth of new life. The rivers that had been carved by the floodwaters now flowed with clarity, nourishing the earth and sustaining the communities that had risen from the depths of despair. The once silent valleys echoed with the sounds of laughter and life, as the survivors forged connections with one another and the natural world around them. The Anunnaki, observing from above, witnessed the transformation of the earth and the resilience of humanity. They recognized that the flood had served its purpose, not only as a means of destruction but also as a catalyst for renewal. The Anunnaki's plans for rebuilding civilization were coming to fruition, as the survivors embraced the lessons learned and worked together to create a society that honored the interconnectedness of all life. In conclusion, the consequences of the Great Flood on Earth and humanity were profound and far-reaching. The changes in the landscape post-flood served as a reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human existence. The Anunnaki's plans for rebuilding civilization were rooted in the understanding that the mistakes of the past must not be repeated, emphasizing sustainable practices, community cooperation, and the importance of knowledge. The lessons learned from the flood became the foundation of a new society, one that honored the interconnectedness of all life and embraced the potential for renewal. As the survivors forged a new identity, they carried with them the legacy of resilience, a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity in the face of adversity. In the aftermath of the Great Flood, the Anunnaki took on the monumental task of helping humanity rebuild civilization. This endeavor was not merely about restoring what had been lost. It was an opportunity to create a new world, one that would reflect the lessons learned from the cataclysmic events that had transpired. The Anunnaki understood that their guidance would be crucial in shaping the future of humanity, and they set about establishing new cities and regions that would serve as the foundation for a thriving society. The establishment of new cities was a significant undertaking, as the Anunnaki sought to create urban centers that would embody the principles of cooperation, sustainability, and harmony with nature. Enki, the god of wisdom and water, played a pivotal role in this process. His deep understanding of agriculture, irrigation, and the natural world informed the design of the new cities. Enki envisioned urban spaces that would integrate seamlessly with the surrounding environment, utilizing the fertile lands that had emerged from the floodwaters. He emphasized the importance of sustainable practices, ensuring that the cities would not only meet the needs of the present but also preserve resources for future generations. The first city to be established was named Eridu, a place that would become a symbol of rebirth and renewal. Enki personally oversaw its construction, guiding the survivors in the creation of homes, temples, and communal spaces. The architecture of Eridu reflected a deep respect for the natural world, with buildings designed to harmonize with the landscape. Enki encouraged the use of local materials, fostering a sense of connection between the inhabitants and their environment. The city was built around a central temple dedicated to Enki himself, a place where the people could gather to honor the god who had saved them and imparted wisdom for their future. As Eridu flourished, other cities began to emerge across the landscape. The Anunnaki, recognizing the need for a network of interconnected communities, facilitated the establishment of regions that would support trade, agriculture, and cultural exchange. Each city was designed with a specific purpose in mind, reflecting the diverse needs of the growing population. For instance, the city of Nippur was established as a center for governance and law, while Ur became a hub for commerce and trade. The Anunnaki ensured that these cities were strategically located near vital resources, such as rivers and fertile plains, to support the livelihoods of their inhabitants. While Enki focused on the practical aspects of rebuilding, Enlil, the god of air and storms, took on a more authoritative role in the process. Initially, Enlil had viewed the flood as a necessary cleansing of humanity's corruption, but as he observed the resilience of the survivors, he began to recognize the potential for a new order. Enlil's leadership was characterized by a desire for structure and stability, and he sought to establish a framework for governance that would prevent the chaos that had led to the flood. Enlil convened councils of elders and leaders from the various cities, encouraging them to collaborate in the creation of laws and systems of governance. He emphasized the importance of justice and order, believing that a well-structured society would be better equipped to navigate the complexities of existence. Enlil's approach was rooted in the understanding that while humanity had been given a second chance, it was essential to establish guidelines that would promote harmony and prevent the mistakes of the past. The integration of humanity into this new order was a gradual process, marked by both challenges and triumphs. The survivors, having endured the trauma of the flood, were eager to rebuild their lives, but they also carried the weight of loss and uncertainty. The Anunnaki recognized the need for compassion and support as humanity navigated this transition. Enki, in particular, took on the role of a mentor, guiding the survivors in their efforts to cultivate the land, establish agricultural practices, and develop sustainable communities. The Anunnaki's influence extended beyond the physical realm. They also imparted knowledge and wisdom that would shape the cultural identity of the new civilization. Enki encouraged the survivors to embrace their creativity and ingenuity, fostering a spirit of innovation that would drive progress. He introduced agricultural techniques, such as crop rotation and irrigation, that would enhance food production and ensure the sustainability of their communities. The survivors learned to work in harmony with the land, understanding that their survival depended on nurturing the resources around them. As the cities grew and prospered, the Anunnaki facilitated cultural exchange among the various communities. Festivals and gatherings became common, allowing the inhabitants to celebrate their shared experiences and forge connections with one another. The Anunnaki encouraged the development of art, music, and storytelling, recognizing that these expressions of creativity would strengthen the bonds between people and foster a sense of unity. The cultural identity of the new civilization began to take shape, rooted in the lessons learned from the flood and the shared commitment to building a better future. The integration of humanity into the new order also involved the establishment of spiritual practices that honored the Anunnaki and the natural world. The survivors recognized the importance of maintaining a connection to the divine, and they built temples and shrines dedicated to the gods who had guided them through the flood. Rituals and ceremonies became integral to their lives, serving as a means of expressing gratitude and seeking guidance. The Anunnaki, in turn, continued to watch over humanity, offering their wisdom and support as the new civilization took root. As the years passed, the cities established by the Anunnaki became thriving centers of culture, trade, and governance. The survivors, having embraced the lessons learned from the flood, worked together to create a society that honored the interconnectedness of all life. The Anunnaki's influence was felt in every aspect of daily life, from agricultural practices to spiritual beliefs. The new civilization was characterized by a sense of purpose and unity, as the inhabitants recognized that they were part of a larger narrative, a story of survival, resilience, and renewal. In conclusion, the Anunnaki played a crucial role in helping humanity rebuild civilization in the aftermath of the Great Flood. The establishment of new cities and regions, guided by the wisdom of Enki and the leadership of Enlil, laid the foundation for a thriving society. The integration of humanity into this new order was marked by a commitment to sustainability, cooperation, and cultural exchange. The lessons learned from the flood became the cornerstone of the new civilization, shaping its values and beliefs. As the survivors forged a new identity, they carried with them the legacy of resilience, a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity in the face of adversity. The Anunnaki's guidance ensured that the mistakes of the past would not be repeated, paving the way for a brighter future rooted in harmony and interconnectedness. The lasting impact of the Anunnaki on human history is a multifaceted narrative that intertwines cultural, technological, and spiritual threads, shaping the very foundations of civilization as we know it. Their influence, rooted in ancient Sumerian mythology, has reverberated through the ages, leaving an indelible mark on the development of human societies. As we reflect on this legacy, it becomes evident that the Anunnaki were not merely deities of ancient lore. They were catalysts for change, inspiring advancements that would propel humanity forward. One of the most significant contributions of the Anunnaki was their role in fostering cultural and technological advancements. Enki, in particular, was revered as the god of wisdom and water, and his teachings laid the groundwork for agricultural practices that would sustain early civilizations. The introduction of irrigation techniques, crop rotation, and the domestication of animals transformed the way humans interacted with their environment. These innovations allowed societies to flourish, leading to the establishment of permanent settlements and the rise of complex social structures. The Anunnaki's influence extended beyond agriculture. They also inspired advancements in various fields, including architecture, mathematics, and astronomy. The construction of monumental structures, such as ziggurats, reflected the architectural prowess that emerged from their teachings. These impressive edifices served not only as places of worship but also as centers of governance and community life. The mathematical systems developed during this time laid the foundation for future advancements in science and engineering, enabling humanity to explore the cosmos and understand the natural world. In addition to technological advancements, the Anunnaki's presence in human history gave rise to a rich tapestry of myths and legends. The stories of their interactions with humanity, particularly the narratives surrounding the Great Flood, became integral to the cultural identity of various civilizations. These myths served as cautionary tales, imparting moral lessons about the consequences of hubris and the importance of living in harmony with nature. The flood narrative in particular resonated across cultures, appearing in various forms in the biblical story of Noah, the Epic of Gilgamesh, and other ancient texts. These shared stories highlight the universal themes of destruction, rebirth, and the enduring human spirit. The Anunnaki's influence also extended to the spiritual beliefs of ancient peoples. They were often depicted as powerful beings who governed the forces of nature and the cosmos. Temples dedicated to the Anunnaki became centers of worship, where rituals and ceremonies were performed to honor these deities and seek their favor. The spiritual practices that emerged from this reverence shaped the religious landscape of ancient civilizations, influencing the development of belief systems that would endure for millennia. The legacy of the Anunnaki can be seen in the pantheon of gods and goddesses that populated the mythologies of various cultures, each reflecting the values and aspirations of the societies that revered them. As we examine the lasting impact of the Anunnaki on human history, it is essential to emphasize the importance of understanding this legacy today. The lessons imparted by the Anunnaki, particularly those related to sustainability, cooperation, and respect for the natural world, are more relevant than ever in our contemporary context. As humanity grapples with the challenges of climate change, resource depletion, and social inequality, the teachings of the Anunnaki serve as a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and the responsibility we bear to protect our planet. The cultural and technological advancements introduced by the Anunnaki laid the groundwork for the development of complex societies, but they also carry a cautionary message. The stories of the Anunnaki's interactions with humanity remind us of the consequences of unchecked ambition and the importance of humility in the face of nature's power. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, we must heed these lessons, recognizing that our actions have far-reaching implications for future generations. Moreover, the myths and legends that arose from the Anunnaki's influence continue to inspire and captivate our imaginations. They serve as a bridge between the past and the present, connecting us to the rich tapestry of human experience. By exploring these narratives, we gain insight into the values, beliefs, and aspirations of our ancestors, fostering a deeper understanding of our shared humanity. The stories of the Anunnaki remind us that we are part of a larger narrative, one that transcends time and space, and that our choices today will shape the world of tomorrow. In conclusion, the lasting impact of the Anunnaki on human history is a testament to their role as catalysts for cultural and technological advancements. Their teachings transformed agriculture, architecture, and governance, laying the foundation for the development of complex societies. The myths and legends that arose from their influence continue to resonate, imparting moral lessons and shaping spiritual beliefs. As we reflect on this legacy, it is crucial to recognize the importance of understanding the Anunnaki's teachings in our contemporary context. The lessons of sustainability, cooperation, and respect for the natural world are more relevant than ever, guiding us as we navigate the challenges of the modern age. By honoring the legacy of the Anunnaki, we can forge a path toward a more harmonious and sustainable future, one that reflects the values and aspirations of both our ancestors and ourselves. In this video, we explore the captivating narrative surrounding the Anunnaki and their profound connection to the Great Flood, a pivotal event in ancient mythology that has left a lasting impact on human history. We began by discussing the Anunnaki's role in shaping early civilizations, emphasizing their influence on agriculture, governance, and cultural practices. These deities, often depicted as powerful beings from the heavens, were believed to have descended to Earth to impart knowledge and skills to humanity, laying the groundwork for societal development. One of the key takeaways from our discussion is the significance of the Great Flood in Sumerian mythology. This cataclysmic event was not merely a tale of destruction. It symbolized rebirth and renewal. The flood served as a cleansing force, washing away the corruption and chaos that had plagued humanity, while also providing an opportunity for a fresh start. The contrasting perspectives of the Anunnaki, particularly Enki and Enlil, highlighted the complexities of divine intervention and the moral dilemmas faced by these ancient beings. Enki's compassion for humanity led him to warn Ziusudra, the chosen survivor, while Enlil's desire for order and control resulted in the flood itself. As we delve deeper into the narrative, we examine the preparations made by Ziusudra in response to Enki's warning. The construction of the ark became a symbol of hope and resilience, representing the potential for survival amidst overwhelming odds. Ziusudra's journey through the flood underscored the emotional toll of such a catastrophic event, as he grappled with loss and isolation while also embodying the spirit of determination and leadership. The aftermath of the flood revealed the lasting consequences on both the landscape and humanity. The Anunnaki's role in rebuilding civilization was crucial, as they established new cities and regions that reflected the lessons learned from the flood. Enki's emphasis on sustainable practices and community cooperation laid the foundation for a thriving society, while Enlil's governance ensured order and stability. The integration of humanity into this new order was marked by a commitment to stewardship and respect for the natural world. Throughout the video, we highlighted the cultural and technological advancements introduced by the Anunnaki, as well as the myths and legends that arose from their influence. These narratives serve as a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of humility in the face of nature's power. The lessons imparted by the Anunnaki resonate deeply in our contemporary context, urging us to reflect on our relationship with the environment and the choices we make as stewards of the earth. As we conclude our exploration of the Anunnaki and the Great Flood, we encourage you, our viewers, to reflect on the lessons learned from this ancient narrative. Consider how the themes of resilience, cooperation, and respect for nature can be applied to our modern lives. The stories of the Anunnaki remind us that we are part of a larger narrative, one that transcends time and space, and that our actions today will shape the world of tomorrow. If you found this video insightful and engaging, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more content exploring the rich tapestry of mythology, history, and human experience. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family, as we continue to delve into the fascinating stories that have shaped our understanding of the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to exploring more captivating topics with you in the future.